All right, the magic button turned blue. That's always step 1.
Excellent. Is step 2 trouble telling us our levels are good?
Well, step 2 is waiting to see if the preview window pops up in the correct YouTube channel. There we go.
I'm supposed to turn green.
Well, in OBS it turns blue. On YouTube it turns green because there's no standardization because computer software is a nightmare.
Not just computer software. Try microcontrollers sometime.
Nothing about developing software involves endurance running or precision throwing, so we're bad at it. Sorry.
That's not true. There is lots of precision throwing involved in writing software.
I would say when it doesn't work, like you run away from it.
Raz, if you approach a green light fast enough, it will appear blue.
I'll get right to work on that.
There is a note in, I forget if it's in the player kit or if it's in the Blades in the Dark PDF, the full book, but there is a note saying to not expect scientific accuracy. So we know that Blades in the Dark is not physics.
Found it, and then you sent it to me, and then I'm just like, I feel targeted.
Yes, that was absolutely targeted.
Because this is Blades in the Dark, and are we actually going? Can I do my DM voice here?
I was thinking a voice modulator.
No, I just if we're live, I should start talking like
You should start talking like you're in charge of the table.
Yeah. I was just making sure there was no other technical stuff in the front.
Nope.
If you're going to be yelling, I didn't sign up for yelling.
No, I'm not going to yell. But it's okay because this is Blades in the Dark, and this is like a little bit more of a conversation than a traditional players versus GM game. So if as a group we decide that there are places where we think weird science, and I am going to emphasize weird here, might be interesting or fun or make for good complications for the group, that can absolutely happen. So, Blades in the Dark is a role-playing game set in the city of Duskfall, or Duskwall, depending on exactly how the locals are and which population you are and how you want to pronounce it. This is a haunted Victorian city somewhere between Prague, London, and Europe, sitting in a post-apocalyptic world. It has been about 800 to 900 years since the apocalypse. Humans largely don't exist in large number outside of cities that are sheltered from the omnipresent and horrendous influence of ghosts everywhere in the world. If you look at the map of Duskfall, you will see a number of markers of spark gates around the city. These generate an electrical field that keeps ghosts from mostly being able to enter it. Outside of the city is the Deadlands, where ghosts run rampant. These spark gates are powered by Leviathan blood. The sea itself, after the sundering of the world, is no longer really a sea. There are faint stars that twinkle underneath it, and the main source of electrical power is the blood of hideous demonic leviathans, which powerful members of the ruling factions of this city set out in giant whaling ships to capture and bring back, and then their blood is processed and turned into a fuel. That process is highly toxic, and the processing has actually recently been outsourced within the last 100 years to a different city, which has had all sorts of catastrophic environmental impacts. Duskfall, because of the spark gates and because of the Deadlands, is a pressure cooker. There is no room to get anything unless you take it from someone else, and that is where we join our group. They are an intrepid and starting out criminal enterprise. We're going to try and make their way through this world. If you want everything in one setting, I will just pull it right out of the book. In one sentence, let's just pull it right out of the book. The last sentence of the intro. You're in a haunted Victorian city trapped inside a wall of lightning powered by demon blood.
Yeah, sounds fantastic.
What could go wrong?
Also, if you've ever, the biggest thing that I think the influence on this is the video games Thief and Dishonored. Like, this is kind of one-to-one in those tone and setting and whatnot.
In tone and setting, yeah, but like, I also am getting very heavy Death Stranding vibes.
Yep, Death Stranding, actually, that's a really good one. I think Arcane, if you look at everything that happens in the Undercity in that anime, it kind of looks like this place.
It's just we're criminals and not delivery boys.
Yep. All right, so Blades is a very loosey-goosey RPG. I'll tell you right now, Brick. There is no rule that prevents the loudest player from acting the most. That's kind of my job.
Oh, okay. I can be the loudest player for sure.
We're going to have a fairly involved session 0 because there are a lot of strong mechanical. Well, that's not fair. There are a lot of concrete mechanical game mechanics linking to various aspects of the setting. It's very gamey, and then it becomes very narrative. It's kind of tries to juggle both. So there are 2 things we will have to do today. We will have to make a crew, which is your criminal enterprise. These are the sheets on the left. And then each of you will have to make a character. These are the sheets on the right. You can double up on playbooks. I can just spawn more of these. I just grabbed one of each. I'll talk a little bit about what I'm trying to do here. The thing that I find the most annoying about Blades is that because the character sheets are so gamey, it does not digitize easily. So my initial solution is going to be trying to use these in-game tracked sheets. If that proves untenable, we will work on something else. And I think it might be worthwhile, if you want to take a screenshot of your own sheet at the end of the session and either fill it out on paper or just have that around as a thing. It's actually kind of annoying in paper too, because like a lot of these things you actually find out you want to write in pencil because they're going to change over time. But that's my goal right now, is to try and just make this all work in tabletop, save it. This table is pretty minimal. I have a couple other tables that have a lot more features that are annoying that I can spawn in items from if I want them, which is where these character sheets and the faction sheet came up from. So as a group, what would we like to do? Would we like to find out more about the setting? Would we like to start brainstorming some ideas for a crew, or we start working on characters?
I think in the chat this past week, I think some of us already have kind of a character concept.
Yeah, I think most people have an idea on which playbook they might want. Do we want to start there? All right, let me bring the character creation rules up to the front. Does anyone want? Is there any doubles up? Do I have to double? Do I have to generate a second of any of these character sheets? Who wants what right now? Who has an opinion on what right now?
I am definitely being spoken to by the slide.
Okay.
And all the rest of the sheets. Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take everything, and the rest of these guys just go home.
Oh no.
Give my whisper.
There we go.
I know Chris wants to play a whisper. The table's a little awkward. I might do something for the table itself later and export the sheets.
Well, the sheets don't need to be this big, right? Because you could just hit alt on them. So I'm just going to make mine tiny.
You want to make it smaller and put it in your play area? That's actually a good idea. I think Chris is sitting in a seat where the play area is really annoying.
Can I actually put it in my hand? I guess not.
I don't think so.
I don't know what these placards are for.
Chris, if you want to grab a different seat that doesn't have a stupid placard, I don't know what that is. It didn't load.
Oh, look, I can prop mine up now.
So we all have to see it. It's now everyone's problem.
Let's see. I don't want to double up because I want to see as much of the game as possible. But
okay.
I was thinking of Cutter, but I want to hear what McDowell's thinking of first.
I think I'll take Spider.
Cool. Take Cutter.
Cool. And we don't have a leech or a hound. That's completely reasonable. I'll shrink these and put them off to the side.
We just might need a brief explanation of what each of these are.
Yep. I'm gonna go through the character creation rules. Let me just get these out of the way.
I would have put cash money on Chris taking the whisper.
Can you unlock this and then just delete it?
Right, Chris did taste the whisper. He moved to a different seat.
Oh, I know. It's just.
I guess leech, because I wasn't sure if you want to do magic or non-magical bullshit. What did you want, Raz?
Can you unlock this object and then just delete it?
There
It's getting away. There you go.
Good idea.
Yeah. Now you can go back to your seat if you care. But
all right.
No, I don't want to stay next. You guys smell.
I will go over the playbooks are pretty loose. This is where, like, for me, one of the big inspirations is like Ocean's 11 or Leverage. This is largely a heist game, though that's not. You don't have to steal things for your criminal endeavors. These sessions are independent of the equivalent of adventures. The individual things are called jobs, obviously. So let's just go from the top, sitting on my left. Treble has taken the Cutter. Cutters are good at winning fights with violence and with intimidation. Play a Cutter if you want to get your way. Brick has chosen the slide. Slides are good at subterfuge and social situations. Play a slide if you want to manipulate and deceive people. McDowell has chosen the spider. Spiders are good at masterminding maneuvers. Play a spider if you want to assist teammates and deal with the other factions. Raz has chosen the... Can't see it from here.
Oh,
Lurk.
yeah, sorry.
Lurks are good at sneaking around and breaking into places. Play a lurk if you want to sneak around in the shadows. And finally, Chris has chosen the Whispers. Whispers are good at magical stuff and dealing with ghosts. Play a Whisper if you want to meddle in arcane powers that are probably a bad idea. So, the playbook is a base level of, like, you get some core ability stuff, and you get there are unique features, the special abilities unique to each playbook. The other thing is that the game is pretty loosey-goosey. It intends to be very episodic. Characters can come in and out. Characters can change over time. Like, if you don't like your playbook after a couple of games, there's a veteran ability at the bottom of your special abilities that literally says, okay, I used to be something else, but now I'm this. So you can, like, take your old abilities from one playbook and migrate them to another if you don't enjoy the way your character is playing. So let's go over some basics about the way the game plays and the way the characters are defined. When you look at your sheet, you're going to see on the far right, Insight, Prowess, and Resolve. These are effectively your defensive stats. And then under those, there are 4 active stats. So this is a dice pool game. When you try and do something, you roll a number of dice equal to the number of dots you have in the thing you're trying to do. So for instance, let me see one of these sheets here, Brick. You are playing the slide, so you've got 2 dots in sway. So if you were trying to sway someone to get your way, you would roll 2 dice. Take the highest result on those dice. A 1 through 3 is a failure. A 4 or 5 is a success with consequences, and a 6 is a pure success.
So this is a D6 dice pool game.
Yep.
Which is why somebody mentioned it has a similar feel to Household for that reason.
Yeah.
Yep. There are additional ways to get more dice, which we will talk about as we talk about the core rules. So to start, each character has 2 dots in one ability and 1 dot in another. This gives you, you see how there's a vertical line across each of these 3 skill sets. On the left, if you read vertically, those are your defensive stats: Insight, Prowess, and Resolve. So when you try and resist something being done to you, you roll a number of dots equal to the number of first ranks you have in active skills in those groups.
So on the slide sheet, I have 2 dots in Resolve.
Yep. So
Okay.
that means if I were to tell you to try and resist a condition with Resolve, you would get 2 dice to resist it.
Good.
Some other basic stuff. I'll talk about the inventory because I love the way they do this. When you start a job, you get to choose your light, your normal or heavy load. You don't have to choose the stuff you have for the load when you start the job. As the job goes on, you pull out your pistol and then you mark, okay, I'm at light load, so I can have I have the opportunity to pull out 3 things over the course of this of this job. Normal load, light load, you can just kind of pass as like a nobody. Normal load, you're not particularly heavy load is obviously you are wearing armor to a ball. You are wearing half plate armor in the middle of a major social situation and people will notice. Normal load is somewhere in the middle of those. No one is going to look at you particularly suspiciously, but you're not just obviously not carrying anything. I believe the slide might have an ability that lets them go hide items above and beyond their load capability, for instance. What else do we want to talk about on the core character sheets? That's pretty much all of the core mechanics. Yep. Cool. And then so let's actually do the character creation here. So do people have the books open, or should I read this? How do we want to?
I have it pulled up. The character
The
creation.
next step is choose a heritage. This is 53 of the actual rulebook, or it should be like the second thing on the
Yeah, the
on the
rules.
character kit. I can go over these heritages if you want to know. So this is a heavily Northern and Eastern European influenced society, even though it's fantasy Northern Europe. Duskfall itself is a old coal mining town that, after the apocalypse that destroyed the sun, became a seagoing whaling town, basically, because at that point Leviathan blood became the main resource. So there are a bunch of old coal mines that no one cares about anymore because coal can't power electrical devices. Shut up, Raz. What does not exist?
Why am I being targeted? Why am I being attacked here? I wasn't even saying anything.
You were thinking it.
I was
We could
like,
all hear you
no,
thinking it.
I wasn't thinking it. I'm reading things. Why are
So
you
Dust Bowl
people-
is one of the major cities in the Empire. There are so these are like the major racial groups that live here. So the Amoros are the okay. So the Arcaros are kind of your basic. I mean, they're just like normal people. Like they're the largest and most common ethnic group across the Shattered Isles. They're not the oldest, much like Britain. This is more like the Norse as opposed to the older Celts. If you want to be a rootless wanderer, you could be from the Dagger Isles. That's a place out across the Starless Sea. Might not be the name of the ocean. Out across the sea. There's a lot of ne'er-do-wells. There's a lot of kind of barely subsistence farming villages, some amount of pirates. If you want to be foreign, this is going to be a little bit more equivalent to being like Indian or near Middle East. Those are the Elvara. It's a powerful and rich desert kingdom to the south. It's kind of the game's equivalent to Persia, Egypt, and India. The wild, more like Celtish, obvious analog are the Cerveros racial group. They just recently failed at a major attempt at having a civil war, at having a revolution for Cerveros independence, triggered by the main old Cerveros city where most of their population were. The Empire relocated the highly toxic industrial plants that process Leviathan blood into that city, which caused a major social revolt. So Cerveros are also looked at as, this is a place, if you want to be a member of like this failed civil war, or you want to be just like, yeah, this feels very Celtic to me in Britain. Two more. I'm sorry, that's the Skloven. The Cerveros are the wild people that live outside the gates. The Skloven are the Celtish equivalent, older racial group. And the Cerveros aren't really a racial group, they're more just like people who decided they can live in the ghost-haunted wastelands. Whereas the Skloven are the older racial group that recently failed a war for independence when their king was assassinated. And finally, they're the Terekeos, which are a semi-mythical people who claim to have demonic heritages. Demons are capital D demons, and not to be fucked with in this world. This is not a world where you can like be a level 6 paladin and kill a demon with a sword. That would end badly if you tried. So, does anyone have opinions or thoughts on heritage that they would like to lean towards?
I'm gonna be a demon, maybe.
So you
Of course
want
you
to
are.
be from the Tychros, the
Yeah.
I'm going
Don't
with
put yourself at the
far
edge.
in the north.
I'm going with an Imperial Akaros.
Yeah, I
You also get to create a demonic telltale, Chris, like black shark eyes, feathers instead of hair, etc.
I'm gonna be simple and just go with black eyes.
Now, I heard one Imperial. We can come back to this later if people don't have a strong opinion yet.
Yeah,
We
I'm
just have to go through all these, but
born and raised in Duskfall.
Same.
okay. Trouble, what you
Well,
thinking?
Severos, big, kind of. I'm picturing in my head like a big, like circus strongman with a Russian accent.
The Severos is because the Severos are the ones that typically live outside the gates, right?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yep. Okay.
Trouble
We
if
have
you're,
we
you're
have
playing
a literal
Zangief, I'm here
circus
for it.
strongman in my other group
Yes.
because she They're criminal enterprise fronts of the circus.
Word.
Yes, I am.
That's funny.
I am thinking about. I wasn't picturing Zangief, but now I am picturing Zangief.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
And McDowell, do you have any ideas?
Um,
Sorry, Raz, I think hadn't chosen yet.
Akaros, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I don't know if you can hear me, or is my mic not?
I
think
hadn't
you
heard
said
but now I
something.
can hear you.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, no, I chose Akaros. I'm actually planning on playing a character that is like in the aristocracy or noble and is fallen from grace as a...
Yeah, that's the next.
So Akaros
Chris,
felt the most
are you
appropriate.
Raz? Are you reading ahead? I will note that one of the things you get EXP for in this game is expressing your background. Each session, kind of like blips, you just point to a place where you express something that had to do with your background, and you get to get a blip for it. Yeah, but it literally just kind of uses blips. When you look at the sheet, you'll see the XP tracker at the top. So you get, when you use a skill in a desperate situation, you get EXP, succeed or fail. And then you get some number of general EXP at the end of a session, which you can put into any of these. And once you reach 6, you can put new dot in something. Or I believe get new ability. I have to double check the rules on that. Cool. So now we get to choose a background. I will just mention these. The out-of-the-book backgrounds are academic, laborer, law, trade, military, noble, or underworld. If you have something else you want to come up with, feel free. If you want like details on some specifics you could add to that, feel free to ask me. So you should like write like the examples here. Like if you are a laborer, you might write down like Leviathan hunter, sailor, mutineer. Why are you a criminal? But I already heard one person saying they wanted to be a noble.
Oh, I'm going to be an academic.
Okay.
Is there what would the
you-
closest be to like a smuggler? Underworld.
Probably underworld. Yeah.
Now
Like,
is
do you want to be born and raised in the Shattered Lands and not really be like a member of civilization?
Yes.
Yeah,
Kinda like-
that's the more typical for that background. I would say write down. I would actually, let's do a bespoke one. Let's say outsider, and then like write something about your tribe or group or whatever that is interesting and explains why you're now a criminal in the city.
My whisperer is an occult researcher because stereotypes.
is background meant to be an expression of where my character actually came from, or is it meant to be an expression of how my character presents themselves?
Where they came from.
Okay. Then probably labor.
Do you have a specific industry in mind?
No, because she doesn't work in it anymore. She pretends like that part of her background isn't real and presents herself as being nobility.
Okay. Do you want it to write it down anyway, so it can have terrible complications?
What would you suggest?
I would. Giving yourself more rope to hang yourself is part of the fun of this set of this rule set.
Oh, so it's right up my alley.
It's a very tie your own rope situation.
You don't have to put something in there, but if like
What
if
is
you
a,
put something in there that gives something for both you and me to play off of to make either one of the major mechanics, the thing I fell in love with this game for, the reason I say leverage is something you should look at when you play it. When you run into a situation during a job that you have not yet prepared for, you can choose to narrate a flashback about how you were actually prepared for that. This is a good opportunity to seed some stuff for that. Like if you were in jail, maybe later on we narrate a flashback where you walk right past the guard because we narrate a flashback of you losing to dice to them in jail. Something like that.
what is the
5 years ago.
Duskfall equivalent of like being a McDonald's burger flipper?
Oh,
The least prestigious.
I mean, probably just a short order cook in a tavern.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna put down the
Eatery cook or something.
Oh yeah,
that,
like bar wench or something.
What about the dishwasher?
my family
That's
had
just a
a
dishwasher.
failed tavern that I have no desire to have any ties with anymore.
Nice. Yep. Yeah, if you want to be like failed tavern owner, failed restaurateur.
Yeah, I just put
Anyone
failed,
else still trying to
failed
fix
tavern.
background?
Do I need to
Trying
be
to
more
fig-
specific than aristocrat? Like, where would the money come from?
The aristocrat, if you're when you're filling in the specificity around aristocrat, why are you not just hobnobbing with Smiles? Why are you now a criminal?
Oh, I have a very good reason for that, and I don't know if I should share it just yet.
You
anyway.
probably this is a collaborative game where we all work to play together. So yes, the idea would be you probably would share it.
Well, should I share it at this juncture? I mean,
Yes.
Okay, so this character, this is actually based off of a character from my novel. This character had a romantic interest who died in the shadows.
Mhm.
I'm looking ahead to my vice, which I'm going to pick weird.
Okay.
She has a means by which she can commune with her partner's dead spirit. But it is expensive and it requires resources that she needs to acquire money, and she can't have that money just tracked by like her estate. So
Are you still
she is
do you still maintain yourself as a member of the nobility?
out
Are
of
you still in good
necessity.
standing.
Out of
Okay.
necessity, yeah.
Okay.
I'm playing it literally like I'm playing Shadowrun because that's my link here.
Yeah, I think the more I think about it, the more I think you're correct. I was thinking more like the races and the other weird stuff, but there is a decent amount of Shadowrun in this.
Yeah. I mean, the setting and everything else is obviously going to be different, but
Yeah.
When I described this game to my group last night, they all was like, "Yeah, that sounds like Shadowrun."
So make an outsider. I'm thinking like, where would I put like that? Like, he's like a refugee. Like, would that be heritage?
Yeah,
Like,
you,
basically, his tribe doesn't exist anymore.
yeah, like write outsider dash and then write why you're in the city, like just some bit of detail about your background, in addition
Right.
to choosing the boilerplate description. Like that's the idea here is you'd have a, just the one word description of where your background comes from, and then a very like not even a sentence about why you're now a criminal, how you fell out of that background, interesting things about the background to use for later, whatever you want to put in like that.
I'll have to probably
So
put
everybody
down
got
her
a background they're
notes.
happy with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
All right. So, everyone started with 4 action dots. I'm sorry, you started with 3 action dots. You now get to add 4. It is recommended to put 1 dot in an action you feel that reflects your heritage, 1 dot in an action that you feel reflects your background, and 2 more dots anywhere you want. At a starting character, you cannot go above 2 dots total in a single action.
oh, so we get 4 on top of the 3 that are already here.
Yep, the 3 are the base for your playbook,
Okay.
and then you get 4 more. You should try and think about your heritage and background to say
Okay,
how
definitely do
where
that.
2 of these come from, and then the other 2 are whatever you want.
Can
In
you?
the player kit, is there a description of like what? Yeah, there are actions. I think
Yes,
these are
near
okay.
the end,
Got
I
it.
believe. It's like the normal reference sheet.
Got it. Okay, so I know what these all mean.
Oh, there we go. Tune, command, consort. Oh, they're alphabetical, unfortunately. It's not going to hunt for them.
So say that one more time, Destel.
Yes. You have 4 additional. You started with 3 action dots. You have 4 additional action dots you get to assign. One of those should come from something that you feel represents your background. One of those should come from something you feel represents your heritage. The other 2 are free. I will point out, just to remind you of the details of the system. And you can't go above 2 in any one action. If you spread your dots across different things, you'll have more defenses. If you put your dots into a single thing, your active skills will be more likely to succeed. Because the vertical slice of each of these action categories is a defensive stat.
All right, I think I've
Where is
allocated
the-
mine properly.
I have 2 more to distribute. So I'm
Is
still
there
ahead of
a-
them, 'cause I'm going back and forth here.
I see the list. Where is the description of
Oh,
what
it's right
they
there.
are?
Do you have the player kit? It's, I believe, at the end on the just basic reference, but I don't. Let me actually open that file because I don't have that.
Yeah, it's called Rules Reference 1
Yep.
Okay,
in the
hold
player's
on.
kit.
I'm in the player kit. It's like page 30 or something. 26.
Oh.
Sorry. Do you advise that I not have so if I didn't put points in something that was say a combat skill,
There's no such thing as a combat skill in this game.
that's well, I mean there are some that are that are definitely curtailed towards combat.
Right. Also,
But I could neglect those, and I wouldn't be like hampering myself significantly.
you're supposed to hamper yourself significantly. This is a game of failure. This is a
Oh, you're really selling me on this.
this game is not intended. I mean, there is a goal. Your goal is to get a certain amount of gold and retire. A certain amount of coin is the in-game resource, and retire from the campaign well set up for the rest of your life. Whether
Oh,
or not
you know what?
any of the scoundrels meet that goal is going to be fun to find out, and the whole
1, 2, 3,
throwing
4.
things in
Okay.
front of people and pulling yourself up through your failures is kind of the fun of the game. It's very heavily narrative and not mechanically driven.
So I went with
I solved my problem by reading what I had literally just told you guys.
Okay.
I went with
What's
a
that, Brick?
point in survey, which is gathering information, a point in finesse because she's tiny, 2 points in command because she's the boss, and then I started with consort and 2 in sway. So attune, that's like your kind of arcana trait, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Attune
so-
is your general magical bullshit.
and she has nothing in combat, no skirmish, no wreck. So y'all, like, I've got Zangief over here for that.
Sometimes you can like finesse is sometimes a decent combat skill. Like you can kind of finesse, not directly. And again, this isn't a combat-oriented game. Your characters might not even have you don't have to pull jobs that require combat. Though having a cutter in the group, there's going to be the scene where Matt has to hit someone again
Right.
to go back to leverage.
My character is
Yeah, so-
a little person. She's basically a hobbit.
So nice. Yeah, my character is let's see, I took points in study because she's an occult researcher, prowl, command, and rec because she goes around stealing artifacts and selling them.
Nice.
Okay, so I cannot find this description. I've looked through every page on this in this player's kit.
Which one?
I've looked in
Let me get the
one
What word are you looking for?
rec.
It's page
Rec
26
is
in the player
You
kit.
unleash savage force. You might smash down a door or wall with a sledgehammer.
Okay,
Or
is
use
it
an
in
explosive through the
0,
same.
1, 2, or 3?
This is in
1. It's in document 1 on page 26.
All right.
If you have the
I'm
actual
looking- yeah.
book, it's page 59.
I'm looking at the actions. Like it says, wreck a place, item, or obstacle with savage force.
Okay,
or
I see
carefully
it, yeah.
applied sabotage. Breach defenses, create destruction, chaos.
Somebody said page 30, and that's why I couldn't find it.
Skirmish is for
That-
wrecking a dude's
like-
face, and wreck is for skirmishing down a door.
exactly.
Oh man, clear as mud. Hey Destel, if I wanted to like scout out a place, is that survey or study?
Depends on the
So like the situation I was
game
thinking
flow
of
is
was
that the player describes what they think. They describe the action they think they should be taking based on the circumstance, ideally without trying to be too heavily biased towards what they have dots in. And then the GM says, "Okay, that sounds right," or maybe it's this instead. And once everyone agrees on what stat it is, then you can maybe, if it's a stat you thought you're not as good as you thought you were, or if you're in a worse position than you really thought you might be, then there are ways to get additional dice to help you out afterwards. So I can see either of those depending on the exact situation.
okay. Well,
The
so
actions are all intended to be fairly broad.
okay, so the
Apply to multiple
situation I'm
situations.
thinking of is like I am watching the maids come in and out of this manse, so that I can study like stuff that they have on their person, anything distinguishing, so that later on I can wear one of their uniforms that I've made myself. Would that be study or survey?
I think because the goal is to make I would say that's study, because what
Okay,
we're
that
trying to
was
do
how I
here is we're
felt.
trying to find one maid and make their uniform, not get a feel of what all the maids' uniforms are like as a group.
Okay.
Right?
I think
Does
that's
that
more
sound
appropriate
reasonable?
for this character. Yeah. Okay. So I think I got it.
Anyone else got any questions about action dots?
Nah.
Oh, am I supposed to read them out to everybody what I picked?
You can.
Sorry. Okay. So I have a point in study. I default with 1 in finesse and 2 in prowl. And then I added attune because of the whole spiritual ghost crystal thing. Command because she's a noble woman, and sway because she's a noble woman. So
Nice.
I went with You said one for your heritage, one for your
Yep.
um,
Background.
background. Yeah, so I went with hunt for my background,
That makes sense.
heritage. Excuse me, hunt for my heritage, and then I went for prowl for my background, which is just like a dirty outsider on the, like a dirty refugee on
Treble,
the
be sure to
edges.
fill in Cerberus in your character sheet for the heritage.
I did. It's
Oh, there's a
checked in.
checkbox for that. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I can.
No, that's I didn't realize there were checkboxes too. Cool.
And then I put my 2 free points into
Oh, I didn't actually do that.
rec and survey.
Nice.
He's gonna wreck it.
All right, are we good with action dots? Anyone want to go through what they did, or
I went with
What did you do?
I went with survey,
Mhm.
and a bit of finesse because he's a non-practicing surgeon.
nice? Tripped license, I love it.
Everybody needs a healer.
And he's still kind of a man about town, so that's why I went with command and sway.
Cool. Chris?
What are we reciting?
Oh, we're talking about
Oh,
our
so-
action dots, and just anything you want to say about them.
Oh, yeah, the action dots, because my character is an occult researcher who is in the import-export business.
Okay.
Right. She has hunt, prowl, consort to get all the information, rec to get inside, and then the default whisper stuff of study and attune.
So everybody should have 7 red dots at
Yep.
this juncture. All right.
With no more than 2 in any one category.
Yep.
Oh, should I have picked consort? Hold on. That might be
Feel
more
free to
appropriate
move it around
than
if you want.
command.
I went back
Yeah,
and
I'm
forth
gonna
on
do
command or consort and went on
Yeah.
2 on command.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm gonna-
and now
I'm
you
gonna move
choose
to
a special ability. You will note that your playbook has a bunch of special abilities relative to what your role is. The noteworthy things are special armor, has some extra rules, and the first one is intended to be the default if you don't know or just want something that will generally be useful. But any of them are completely reasonable. Also, some of these have multiple tiers, and you can level them up. For instance, this Hound one, which no one is taking, you can put up to 2 dots in Ghost Hunter.
We only get one of
You
these.
have 1 dot to put in a special ability to start.
Can you describe what pushing yourself does?
Pushing
A lot of my
yourself is
abilities refer to
intentionally taking on stress. So your defensive resource, the reason that our group of scoundrels can do things that maybe are a little bit outside of the realm of what normal people can do, that this would be the heroic edge if you were heroes, but you're definitely not, is stress. Doing things, taking damage, attempting to go into a flashback scene and accomplish something difficult in that scene will all inflict stress, which is a way you can both get more done in bad situations and also withstand bad results. So pushing yourself is specifically, when we look at the rules, right above are on the same page with the actions. There's the summary of how each of the, like how the die system works. And pushing yourself, I believe, is taking 1 stress to add an extra die to your pool, but let me make sure. Yes, you add a die if you push yourself, which is, I think it's just 1 stress.
So my character gets into a fist fight. She's got nothing in skirmish. If she wants to get into a fist fight, that's the only possible resolution in that moment. I take a point of stress that would give me 1d6 into that die pool, even though I've got no dots there.
Yep. If you don't have any dots, you roll 2 dice and take the worst, by the way.
Okay. So, but if I don't want
Is-
to do that, I could take a point of stress and just roll 1d6.
It looks like it's 2 points of stress.
So it has to be
My
done
bad.
in 2 points of stress to take 2d6.
Yeah.
And
Is there a minimum
it's-
dice pool?
No, that's why if you have no dots, you roll 2 dice and take the worst.
Okay.
Okay. What if I have
So
one
you
die?
can theoretically have a 0. Okay.
If you have 1 die, you roll 1 die.
One die. Okay.
Okay.
And it looks like we've got
You
9
can, let me.
ticks of
I'll talk
stress.
about the way. So remember, the dice is 1, 2, and 3 is a failure, and we take the single highest unless you're at 0, at which case you're taking the single lowest, and you only get 2. The ways to get additional dice. You get a die if you have assistance from a teammate, which I believe requires 1 stress on their part. You can take 1 die if you push yourself for 2 stress, or you can take 1 die by accepting a devil's bargain. A devil's bargain is taking an additional unavoidable downside to get the extra die.
Can you give an example in context?
Yes. So if you're trying to, let's say that you're trying to get past some guards and you're doing it with a rapier, and you're literally trying to fight them, and you're having a hard time. As the GM, I can offer, do you want a devil's bargain? You can take an extra die to attack them with extra savagery, but it's going to attract a lot of attention from the street because now you're shouting a lot, as opposed to the clean, quiet fight you were trying earlier. And if you take that extra die, the consequence happens regardless. You can always choose to turn down a devil's bargain.
I assume there's a way to resist.
Devil's bargains are also
consequences through
suggested as sorry, what was that?
There's a way to resist consequences through, like, say, rolling dice.
Not for devil's bargains, but for everything else.
No, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's why. That's why you made that clear that you can't.
Yes,
ignore
and
it. Yeah.
well, it's you don't. The devil's bargain still happens if you fail, is the main thing.
Correct.
Whoa.
It's not if you succeed or fail. Like success or fail, there's no way to resist the result, and you always take the result.
Destel, otherwise it'd just be a regular bargain.
One of the things suggested in the book is, like, if you want to have a special or unusual weapon, it's suggested using a devil's bargain to represent that. Like, you have if you want to say, oh, hey, I fight with a pole arm, great. You get like an extra die when you fight someone, but because you have to fight them in close quarters, or because of that, like, it's way harder. You get I don't remember what the exact, like, if you have a special rapier, like, it makes extra things way more bloody or something, something like that. Like, it's a mechanic to add extra flavor and downsides, and also let you succeed on things when they're hard. I will also point out, since we kind of death and ghosts are a real thing in this world, there is if you die, they do not want you contributing to the ghost field that the giant electrical barrier keeps out. There is a faction whose job it is to find the dead, put a ghost mask on their body, and cremate the remains in such a way that you won't become a ghost. Anytime anyone dies within the city, a magical bell rings to let them know that that's happened. This is important because during a heist, if someone dies, unless your crew has a special ability to avoid it, you will be taking some heat from the authorities because that bell rings.
I don't plan to die.
It's like Dockwagon, but in reverse.
Ghostbusters.
So as my special ability, I went with the top one, which is what they recommend. I just also think it's the best one on this list. So
that they'll roll a different skill.
Rook's Gambit. I can take 2 stress to roll your best action rating while performing a different action. So my read of this is like, okay, if I get into a fist fight, the normal rules say I can take 2 stress to push myself and get 1 die. But this is saying I can take those 2 stress and then use my highest, so either my command or my sway in that fist fight.
Yeah, instead of your wreck or your prowl. Yep.
All right. I do have to step away for just 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Torn between punching ghosts and mule.
What?
I mean,
for you?
Infiltrator
you're the cutter.
seems.
Yeah. What's
So-
special armor?
Special armor is a special rule. Let me find it.
Because it says the recommended is you expend
Each character
your
sheet has a set of 3 boxes to track your armor. If you have any abilities that use your special armor, tick that box. So armor lets you reduce harm. I should probably wait till Britt comes back to actually go through the details. But basically, it's an extra. It's more armor is ablative, and it's more extra ablative armor.
Okay, gotcha.
What were you saying, Raz?
What are quality and tier?
Quality
With
and
regards to
tier
it,
are
yeah.
the equivalent of experience and level, kind of. So tier is effectively how strong something is as a whole. and quality is more of a micro, fine-grained how good something is. So tier is like, let me get a good example here. All right, so if you see this faction sheet I pulled out,
Oh,
you can
I've
see
been
that each
zoomed in
faction
with
has a
this.
tier. That's kind of like a level. That's an overall
Oh,
strength.
I see.
power.
Okay. Yeah.
Quality is the like I have an especially well-made sword, so that's a higher quality item. And there's another one to round this out to make the system to try and build a narrative system that can still have hard gameplay elements. The third element of the system is called scale. So the reason that you can't take down a wall with a sledgehammer, regardless of the strength or of quality of either, is that the sledgehammer is completely out of scale for either of those effects, regardless of quality or tier.
Got it. Okay.
You can maybe put a small hole in it, but you can't destroy a wall with a sledgehammer in a reasonable amount of time, not a large one. Even
I
if
guess-
it was a crappy wall and you have a good sledgehammer, you can probably put a real good hole in it, but you can't destroy the whole thing. So those are the three axes that we use to quantitatively and qualitatively assess things, kind of like a relative level sort of effect.
So functionally, if I were to like roll the dice to like lockpick into, I don't know, say like a back alley door that's been abandoned. So like that would be a poor quality tier 1 or whatever. So that's trivial.
Yeah, you might not even have to write. I don't even know if I would make you roll that. Like that doesn't sound
Okay.
like it's interesting or worth rolling. Like
You
have finesse, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
think you just succeed at that.
how would my action or what I do be affected by, say, okay, now I'm trying to break into the city bank?
I think you're looking at the lurk ability that says that you can ignore fear, right?
I'm looking at Infiltrator between.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it might be more interesting if I take Ghostville later.
Yeah, that would say that it doesn't matter how good their locks are. You're just that good.
But let's suppose that I didn't have that. What would the
Mhm.
outcome be? So like,
I mean, it just
am I
it would-
losing dice? Do I? Because 6
Yes,
is always
so
a
it's-
success. So
So if you also look at, some things can be deemed to be impossible, flat out. Like there is
Yeah.
the option for that. I would probably say, yeah, you would probably lose dice for both quality and tier at that point.
okay, so that's the active mechanic. Is
Yep.
if you're up against something that's like way out of depth for you.
Yeah.
But not
that skill
impossible.
lets
Not
you
the
basically
sledgehammer.
ignore it.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure. That I don't know if that would come up, but like, I mean, why not?
That you can pick your targets. You guys are in charge of this criminal organization. You now know that you have a lockpicker that can open any goddamn safe in the city. Let's go after some real jewels. Let's cut these chicken ship jobs.
But Destil, cantrips are free. Why can't I just cast Acid Splash at the wall over and over?
You can,
You
but
can.
the wall doesn't take acid damage because it's made of an acid-resistant rock.
I actually had a game where someone was like, I want to try and cast Acid Splash to get through this door. I'm like, okay, it'll take an hour.
Mhm.
And so they did. They cast Acid Splash over and over for an hour while everybody else investigated.
So we had a question about
I let 'em do
armor,
it.
so I'm gonna go over some of the stuff that's relative to that. You see underneath stress, which is your kind of resource for kind of hit points, not really. There's harm. So when you don't avoid things, there are 3 tiers of harm. These work as rolling up. So I might say take level 1 harm and describe a harm, and then you fill it into one of these 2 boxes. If I say take level 1 harm and describe a harm, and both of those boxes are full, you end up taking level 2 harm. And if both of those boxes are full, you take level 3 harm. And if all of your boxes are full, it gets very, very bad. Harm is incredibly general, and I adore this about the system. Harm can be physical. Level 1 harm can be a bruised rib. Harm can be social. Level 1 harm can be in
Bruised ego.
no, not bad reputation among the Undercity. Harm can be spiritual, soul slightly frayed around the edges. Harm can be mental, unable to focus. And any of those can roll all the way up into, what do they call it?
Trauma.
I forget what happened. Trauma. Once you take harm beyond if all your harm boxes are up and you take a harm, you instead take a trauma, which puts you into a very bad state. and you get one of these next to the heart trauma, these drawbacks, these long-term effects. Enough trauma and your character effectively is out of the game. When you resist harm, you reduce its severity by 1, and that is automatic. What the roll determines is how much stress that costs you. So if you have, for instance, 3 dots in prowess, and I tell you to make a prowess roll to resist a level 2 harm, you roll a d6, you subtract 3, and that's how much stress you take. So if you roll a 6, you take 3 stress, and then the harm is reduced from level 2 to level 1. Armor. So because we had a question about armor, special armor. Your special armor abilities, your armor will resist a harm if it's physical and makes sense. Special armor is a different category that's a class feature that allows you to have additional armor boxes to check. Does anyone else have questions about special abilities?
Not at the moment.
Well, I'm sure once we start playing, I will.
Sure. All right, so Treble, it looks like you took Mule.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Rick, what are we going with? You're going with the I can do anything is anything?
Yeah, I took the Rook's Gambit so I can make better rolls.
Yep, and that'll also help later on if you specialize and push one skill directly up to 3. McDowell, how are we doing?
I picked Foresight.
Nice. Yep, that's cool. Yep, you saw this coming. Raz, what are you doing?
I went an Infiltrator. I assume that we're going to be getting extra pips later. I had a second option that I really liked, but I think
you can buy
thematically it
these
makes
later
more
with
sense
the experience. Yeah,
thematically it makes more sense for me to get Ghost Veil later.
you can buy these, or you can buy additional action dots basically with your EXP. And then Chris.
I took Tempest so I can shoot lightning bolts out of my ass.
Yep, you can attune to the ghost field. All right. Okay, cool. Now choose one close friend and one close rival. On your character sheet, near the bottom, or near the middle, there are dangerous friends and... Oh yeah, there are a group of, I believe, 5 contacts. You choose one of them to be a good friend and one of them to be a vicious rival.
Where is this? I'm sorry.
It's right below your special abilities.
Okay. So it says Shrewd Friends.
Mine are
Oh
labeled
yeah, everyone's
Sly
different based
Friends.
on their playbook. That's cute.
It says dangerous friends.
Well, I mean, the circles you
And we
travel
could
in.
put anything in there, right?
Yeah, I mean, these are suggestions.
All right, I'm gonna put Sawtooth of Physiker as my positive. And then I'm
Got a
going-
good fight doc.
Yep, and then I'm gonna put Sergeant. What's a good like?
Why, there's a names page. What do you want them to be? An Imperial?
Yeah, basically. Like
Let's go.
a cop.
Let's go with Rowan.
Okay. Sergeant Rowan. Are they guards or policemen?
Blue coats are the law. Blue coats.
Okay.
Blue coats. Blue cloaks are the law. The official.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
All right, I got mine.
What do you got, Chris?
So my strange friend is Nirix, who is a possessor ghost. He is
Huh?
fond of taking over people that are in my way when I'm trying to acquire relics,
Okay.
making less I have to deal with. And then my rival is Flint, a spirit trafficker, who is my competition.
What do you got, Raz?
So my friend, I chose Frake the locksmith. We're gonna say that they are just. Oh, what do I want to say? The nobility needs their services often, and they've become acquaintances
Yep.
enough that, yeah. So And then I immediately knew which one was the rival. It's the noble, Rosalind Kellis. She's just a bitch. She's a total bitch. And she just hates my character. And she's starting to have suspicions that maybe my character's getting into things that they shouldn't.
All right, and McDowell.
I was still thinking. Like,
Okay.
I wasn't
Rick,
quite.
what do you got? Did we go over you yet?
With my rival is Claves, my father, who's a tavern owner, who's constantly trying to distract me with familial obligations that I don't give a shit about. And my friend, I went with Bricks, the card hustler.
Nice.
Now, did you choose that because they're named Brick?
I mean, I'm just looking at the character, like the names page here, and I'm like, oh, that one looks familiar. Like Raz, I am also basing a character out of my novel.
Oh, I was muted, so.
Oh.
I think I've seen like 3 different Suikoden names on this names table.
Well, like, there's so many Suikoden characters that it's like,
Yeah.
you're bound to see a few. I got Sergeant Rowan, a racist blue cloak, and Sawtooth, a physiker. Figured.
Oh, I just
Dirty
can't
room.
fit anything into this space. And
You only need like a very minor description of these. We can,
yeah,
as they become characters that are more or less important in the story, we can flesh them out. And
I'm just over typing what was there to make it darker, so I know that I have it clicked at a first glance.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you pronounce this? Is it Frake or Frack?
We also need to do vices and purveyors still.
That's the last mechanical detail, I believe.
It'd be Frake, because Jonathan Frakes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Oh God.
What? Listen, Star Trek is relevant in many things.
Does Star
Definitely
Trek
does
exist
do-
in this world?
No,
No TV shows?
it is
Sad.
too utopian for this world. There are
So-
some
No,
trashy.
This is called the opposite of that.
Is this
There
like
are trashy dime novels about space exploration, but they're mostly eldritch horror, which is actually kind of passe, honestly.
Yeah, when it's
So-
right outside your bedroom window.
question? Is this just a quick question in the world? Just this is a curiosity thing. Is this like normal ass world 800 years later the sun blew up, or is this just a fantasy world where the sun blew up?
This is normal ass fantasy world. 800 years ago, the sun blew up. There's your typical god emperor who has managed to keep this part of civilization going, who maintained the barriers around the cities until these electrical ghost fields were constructed.
You have to feed 1,000
That is where the
psychics.
empire pulls most of its authority. Is that it's the one that keeps you from being overrun by ghosts.
Kind of sounds like Mistborn.
Do they have to feed 1,000 psychics to his throne every day?
I haven't read any of the source books about stuff outside, about the more detailed stuff of the Shattered Isles. Also, intentionally, all of the supernatural stuff is kept very loosey-goosey in the rule books so that the play group can do what they think works best for their campaign.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
it's
exact
kind
nature
of
of ghosts, the exact nature of what's left of the sun, how the Empire actually functions. All of that is left up to the play group largely. It's kind of like Eberron in that regard.
kind
I've
of
got
reminds me
some-
a little bit about Sanderson's Mistborn series.
I've got
Uh,
something. I've got my. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go for it.
Dustin.
The equivalent for innocence being fed to the throne is way fucking closer to reality. It's the industrial waste processes of taking Leviathan blood and using it to power all the electrical devices are. It's just like the chemical plants in Texas.
Okay.
The cancer rate in that city is off the fucking charts. That's why there was a revolution that failed.
I've got my.
Yeah.
I've got my peoples.
right, who do we
my
got?
shrewd friends. Apparently, I've got Heinz, a former colleague, a former still a doctor.
Yep.
Kind of deal, and then I've got Deacon, a bookie. For my
Cool.
yeah.
And then we're going to do the last piece of mechanical device, which is your vice and purveyor. So, as your characters are able to, a little bit more than a common citizen, they do accumulate stress. And how you relieve stress is by purveying in your vices. There are 7 vices listed. You choose both the vices, and then I can also, I don't know if the player's chart has it. There's a list of actual purveyors. Let me see where it is. But and these are all very general, so you can write something more specific than that. But this will be how you go about relieving stress, is indulging in vices between sessions during the formal downtime.
How many vices do we pick? 1 or 2?
1.
Okay.
Let me see.
Let me find the list of vice purveyors. I included these. I don't know if these are in the player's kit. So if anyone, let me see if the vice purveyors are anywhere convenient in my player's kit.
I've got them on page
my little
11 in the
card
player
thing,
kit.
there's a Duskwall Vice Purveyor section.
Excellent.
That's not what that is.
Player's kit, it's page 11.
Thank you.
What is, I guess I guess stupor would be drinking, drugs, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, they have a smoke shop listed under luxury and
Yep.
pleasure as well.
I don't have it on this list, but I'm going as my luxury vice, a boutique and perfumery.
Great.
Can-
You should pick a district of the city it's in.
Ooh, okay. What would be
Oh,
your
okay.
recommendation?
How upscale do you want it to be?
So
move
this is
this?
like
Yeah, I was about to.
this.
Oh, I
This
don't
would be like
What have I done?
luxury goods that are tailored to poor people that can't afford them.
Nouveau riche.
Yeah, exactly. Like buying like a Supreme backpack or something.
Yep. Crowsfoot, Shard Hollow, and Coleridge all make sense. Those are all pretty. Crowsfoot is kind of middle class, but not that much. Coleridge is very much working class, and Shard Hollow is. What is Shard Hollow? Steel action.
Where would a university be?
There is a university district. I believe
is that?
Preble's character sheet might be on top of it. Wait, let me find it. Let me find the university here.
Yeah. I'm looking for someone who deals in experimental arcane experiments, basically.
Do Shard Hollow. Here we go.
I've got the district list on page 22 in the player kit.
Yeah, I'm reading through the.
Oh, thank you.
the long one. Or my tablet just ran out of memory. God, I hate Apple. I'll get the physical book. That'll be fast.
I'm gonna go with Brightstone. Actually,
And just give them a name that. Just give them a name, like whatever.
yeah.
Let me find where the universities are. There's a couple of them.
That'd be stupor.
Maybe White Crown? I don't know. It seems the most appropriate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there can
we'll
be a
just go
university in
back.
White Crown.
Yeah. 'Cause the rest feel like NIMBY sort of situations for a university, or just fit.
Oh, not Bright Crown, Brightstone.
Oh.
The
Oh, I said White Crown. Sorry. Oh, never mind.
Eidolon Atelier, boutique and perfumery in Brightstone.
Brightstone is a very classy network, very classy neighborhoods. They're obviously serving down to people, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're people don't look at you kindly when you go into the neighborhood to go there.
I'm gonna call this a spiritual skunk works because I don't know what else to call it.
I
Guy
call it
named
Mark.
guy named Frog who makes toad races in Coleridge.
I got Martin Gold, proprietor of the Leaky Bucket, for drinking, fighting, and loving. He goes there to get drunk, get into a fight, and then find somebody to take home. Not necessarily in that order.
At least they told you what goes on in these places.
Actually, what's the name of your? I guess your tavern is not open anymore, Brook Road.
My father's tavern, it is, but I don't have a name of it. Like, I didn't
Is
name
it just
it.
called My Father's Tavern?
I've cut all ties. I don't get out that way. Like, I
Okay.
try to pretend like I'm not from Pofolk.
Ah, yes, okay.
I don't know if so. My vice is weird.
Mhm.
I don't know if I want to
Could be
do.
any-
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do the Hooded Proprietor, a half-flooded grotto tavern near the docks. Strange passageways lead to stranger chambers, or Father Yorin, the House of the Weeping Lady. 6 towers. I have no idea what the hell the House of the Weeping Lady is or what goes on there.
I do because we had a job in my other game where that was their drop-off point. It's a soup kitchen.
Oh,
It's a soup
well,
kitchen set in an old, I believe, an old abandoned cathedral from the time before the Shattering of the World. That's very dilapidated.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the Strange Chambers, the Hooded Proprietor.
And Chris said, my vice is weird." I thought, what? My brain was like what? Do you smoke the ghosts or something?
Yeah.
And you do,
You do
in some
actually.
cases.
Don't ask what goes on in those weird chambers.
And Raz, did you get one?
Oh yeah, no, I announced mine earlier. So my vice is weird. She is. I wrote it as contact. She is contacting with her deceased love interest, whose ghost is sealed in a gemstone that she wears around her neck.
Okay.
This is just some some quack
Yeah.
who engages in what I called a spiritual skunk works and
Yep,
does
yep.
cutting edge experiments, and some of them actually work. This one did, and now she's kind of indebted to him, and she needs to constantly give him money to power the contact.
Did your
However that
girlfriend
works.
Does your girlfriend immediately come out? Let me free.
No, she cannot let go, and so now she has him forever.
Question: do we only have one purveyor, or can we go to any
Yes.
of these on the list?
Your vices are specialized, and one of the consequences of overindulging could be getting cut off and having to find a new purveyor.
Okay.
All right. So, those are all the hard mechanical things. Now, what we
Right.
want to do.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you
One
said-
thing.
no, I thought you had announced it, but
Yeah.
Toad Race.
A guy named Frog who runs toad
Yep.
races
And where was that? In
in Coleridge.
Cool. Yep.
I just made one
All right.
up. Sorry.
No, you're good. I just thought we had already covered. All right, so we got next. Choose your name, alias, and look. You choose a name for your character. If your character uses an alias in the underworld, you should write that down, and you can write a few words about your character's description.
My character is Gideon the Grey with the alias of Ghost, and it is a female dark with an eel skin bodysuit, just for Brick.
I knew somebody was going to take that eel skin bodysuit. I knew it.
What? Let's see.
Let me see. These players could have these looks details. do not need a printing. What the hell?
Thing.
Oh, good. Yeah, the character creation page 2 of the player's kit number 1 has the sample looks, as well as some traditional names. Anybody else got a name and appearance?
This
Me.
is where I'm introducing anachronism into your game. I'm playing Lile. She is styled after a 1920s flapper girl.
That seems fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's
People look at you weird, but like
general area there, general vibes.
a giant string of fake pearls, weird hat, flat fuse. Yep.
Only the best possible hat, yes.
Yeah.
Little person striking
Ian
looks,
Long.
elegant dress. She's like
Ian
3 feet
Long
tall.
Fellow?
She's a hobbit.
I'm going to call you out so hard.
I have my character's name is Ian Longfellow. Goes by the name of Bones to those who work with him.
Yep.
Suspenders, tricorn hat, ponytail, earring.
Nice.
Love a tricorn hat.
I think I finalized it. Okay, so I unfortunately don't remember the last name of this character because I haven't written my novel for like 6 years. But her name is Yukino Karasuma. Her alias is Scarlet, and basically she dresses however she wants to, whether she's on the street or at noble events, but always red.
Yep.
And always looking fetching.
So I'm playing Jurgen, the singing strongman.
Nice.
He is a brick shit house with a handlebar mustache, and he is festooned with pouches.
Love it. All right. That is all the stuff for characters. Do we want to take a break, and then I know it's a little early, and then we can go over building the crew itself?
Yeah, we can take a short
That's
break.
probably a good place to take a break.
Chris is not allowed to have a
Alright.
bagel because he had one earlier.
Right.
It's true, but I will have more coffee or a s'more. I bought stuff
I'm
to make
probably gonna have
s'mores.
another coffee. All right.
I
So
definitely need
I'll. I don't know what you want to do to indicate it. Yep, that works. I'll be back in like 15 minutes then.
Yep, see you in a bit.
I hate the Halloween sound effects so much.
Hello, Wallace Shawn. Just appeared in my Blue Sky feed. I have use lose leave scheduled for the rest of the year.
You say you had to use it or lose it? Leave?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. It means I don't have to work another Friday for the rest of the year.
Right. Yep.
I tried to do that. I would get yelled at. Sadly.
Well, it's like I scheduled most of my leave throughout the year. It's just I had some hours left over to burn still. So that's the way the government wants their employees to do it. Is to
Yeah.
project it from the start of the year, and then
Where I work, it's like there's like nobody there the entire month of December. It just everybody takes off, except for like the people with the 30 people with the least seniority.
Yep. Nice.
I mean, I came into the job with 5 years of seniority because government employees also count their military service toward that service effectivity date.
A lot of new people where I'm at for the jobs that they're backfilling.
Mm.
A lot of people retired the last few years.
I bet there was a big pile of retirees this past year because of the the
Deferred retirement or whatever they call it.
the deferred retirement thing. Yeah.
To be honest, I read the email on that. And I couldn't picture how that was going to work, like what the benefits of that were. But yeah, I know it's that, and a lot of people died. A lot of older people died during lockdown.
The plague.
Yeah, the plague got a lot of the older people. Like the average. So where I work, the average age is 65. The average employee age is 65, and the age still there's still so many old people out there. Even with all the young people they bought, it's like currently 62 for the average age of all the employees. So, and I get to tell these people why their email doesn't work. No, you have to double click. No, your monitor power button is not turning your monitor off does not reboot your computer. That one is distressingly common.
I mean, when some of those people were younger, that was how it was all one integrated power switch on the monitor because it was a dumb terminal.
Yeah.
I can't wait for quantum computing to get a dumb terminal again. There'll be like 4 functional quantum computers in the entire world, and we'll all be time sharing them. It'll be beautiful.
Didn't Microsoft recently have some kind of breakthrough with quantum computing? I saw something
Now,
about that. But I don't
Microsoft
know.
has spent a lot of time and money and effort writing the APIs for what they assume a quantum computing backend will use.
Isn't that isn't that what they did for like x86, and like that's why like x86 has got all the problems it does, and like they tried to like redo it with ARM and ARM didn't catch off or something like that.
I think it's just to give certain people something to do. That company.
Probably. An unfortunate amount of the tech industry.
As a person who actually applied for the job, what would be part of my job? Didn't get in that one, but last time I was looking for a job, I did apply for one of those roles at Microsoft.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of
seemed really fun to write a spec for a computer that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I got the go-ahead from my lady wife to pre-order the A1200 that's coming out, which is that like Amiga that they're launching next year, and that's all the computer I'll ever need. Give me something from like 1992. I couldn't believe the price point of that. They're selling this thing for $190.
It's not the A1200. It's the Thea 1200. Okay.
Yeah.
Or the A1200, but like it's It's both. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not happy about
Goddamn.
that either. But I'm just gonna I was choosing to let that go.
Wait,
I don't
it's
know.
both.
Treble is suddenly very angry.
I'm not angry. I'm confused. It's like somebody going, "My name is this, and also you can call me this." Well, I guess that's just a nickname.
You guys literally just made aliases for all your characters.
It's true, we did.
I like legitimately I looked at that FGPA Nintendo 64 that's either coming out or sold out or whatever, but I looked at that and I was like, "Nah." But if,
Yeah, I assume all the recompilation jobs will eat the N64 scene emulator scene alive. Outside of like people that want to do machine accurate speedruns. And Crazy Emular, fucking crazy bastard.
See, the
I
state
think-
of Amiga emulation is already like really great, and this thing just triggered my nostalgia glands.
the only thing
Oh,
I
man.
want,
You gotta make sure you take care of those, because
Yeah, you gotta spritz the nostalgia glands every few months, or they start to crust over.
make sure you like scrub them real good. The only the only thing I'd buy at this point, if somebody just released a top loading. Part of the reason I haven't bought that one NES one that's out there is because I can never catch it because he's having to like he buys the parts in batches, and because he is a small competitor, every time he buys the parts, when he goes back, they're more expensive. So every run of the thing is more and more expensive. It started like $150, and went up to $160, then $180, and when I looked, it was $250. But I just want a top loading one. That's what I want. I want a top loading NES FGPA that doesn't cost $500 and isn't. I want something equivalent to my Super NT. Thank you. That's it.
The Super NT is excellent. I like that thing a lot.
Like their NES one was like super over engineered and like it's all aluminum, and that's why it cost $500, and it used a more expensive chip.
Yeah, that's
So-
that's about the price point I'm accustomed to these things being at. So when they launched this Amiga and they said the price point is $190, I'm like, well, geez, I can't afford to not get this thing.
I mean, you can. Like how many Amiga games are you going to play?
Lots.
All of them?
So it is pure nostalgia though, because like every good Amiga game has been ported to other stuff, right?
Yeah.
The Amiga that my dad had back in the day.
Contemporarily, too. Very few Amiga games didn't like make it off the system within a couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's very comparable to the SNES capabilities. There's a lot of crossover there between the two. But
what they use a similar architecture processor or something.
that I don't know. I'm just like
No.
the style
No,
of
it's-
games you could play were pretty
Yeah,
similar.
it's just what computers back then, like, no, they're not actually all that similar if I'm remembering the way it works right.
The similarity to the SNES for me, I think, comes from the emphasis on having like an excellent sound chip, which most computers at the time didn't bother with. So Amiga had a reputation in the 90s for having just games with exemplary sound, which the SNES also kind of hit that same sweet spot.
Yep.
I think the only single game that I have ever seen on one of these was Turrican.
Yeah, Turrican's on here.
And then like when I got my Super NT, there was a box for like Super Turrican.
Yep.
And they had it loaded into the machine.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And like they bought the rights to Turrican.
Yeah. Turrican was a big Amiga game back in the day, and the Super NT was put together by a European developer, wasn't it?
I think so. But it's just fucking wild. They bought the rights to Turrican. They
Yeah.
own Turrican.
That's fine with me, because I have that same box, and
I'm back.
I keep it next to my Fire Emblem box and my
Super NT.
Micro Mages box.
Super Turrican.
But this thing will load Amiga games off of a USB stick. So I can go to the Amiga emulation site of my choice and download any number of strip poker titles, of which there are thousands on the Amiga. It was
Gallons.
a big industry.
Literal
on the...
gallons of strip poker.
Also, the
know
like
how much-
the OG Lemmings. Amiga was the only gate system that had the 2-player Lemmings mode.
The only Lemmings game
Yeah.
I've played extensively is the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, that's the one I played the most.
Classic.
I think probably played the PSP version a bunch too.
Oh, the PSP version's really good.
DOS. Have
Yeah, the DOS
one.
version. That's the one I had.
Everybody's back. We're ready to start a criminal enterprise.
Sure.
Yes.
That's the rumor.
All right. So it looks like page
Wait,
12
that's what we're doing? Oh no.
of your player sheet, of your player kit, is crew creation. So we will be creating a crew. The crew is the criminal enterprise. It does not consist only of the player characters or only of the active player characters. Again, because this is a highly episodic kind of game, it's very easy to switch in and out and say, hey, there's this other character who, doesn't play this week or plays additionally this week. Like, it's very much emulating episodes of a heist television show. So the first thing to do with the crew is to choose exactly what kind of illegal endeavors you mostly get up to. It's very easy to step out of this, but I'll go over all the major ones. There's also space for making a custom one, but I think these are pretty self-explanatory and cover a lot of ground. So we have the Hawkers. They are vice dealers, so you'd be drug lords. We've got the Shadows. These are thieves, spies, and saboteurs. Your obvious just kind of heist crew, like just straight out, we're just doing a heist show. Cult. Things get weird. Things get real fucking weird. Lots of dead gods in the settings. Bravos. This is like a small personal army. Mercenaries, thugs, killers. Got smugglers. You don't steal the goods, and you don't necessarily smell the goods, but you get the goods where they need to be, and isn't that what matters? And finally, the assassins. Bravos are like a personal army. Assassins are more like, we need this one guy dead, and we'd love it to look like an accident. So those are the broad strokes, 6 main types. If you don't want to create a custom one, I would suggest, since we haven't played this before, just choosing one of these. Who has opinions on your crew?
Immediately drawn to either Shadows or Smugglers. I don't
I'm
think Assassins or Bravos.
Yeah, no assassins or bravos. The cult could be fun in a screwy sort of way.
Yeah, I'm sure Chris and I were thinking like, oh, let's get weird because our goals are weird.
Cult, I feel, requires a little bit more buy-in than some of the others, but we can make it work.
Yeah, I don't
love
know
the
enough
idea of
about the
running
world.
assassins,
So.
Shadows. The world is fucked up.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm more specific, right? Like you could describe that about any number of worlds.
Sure. There is no sun. There is a bright haze of illuminations from the remnant of the sun at dusk, at what would be dusk and dawn. The rest of the time, the world is cloaked in shadows. There's a lot of mushroom-based agriculture, obviously. There are some artificial ways to create sunlight and grow plants. They're popular. Lots of stuff is. There are other parts of the world where things are rumored to be different, and sometimes like a supply of wheat, like actual goddamn wheat to make whiskey, might be a very high in-demand thing that a smuggler, or for that matter, hawkers, might be interested in. The ghost field. So basically, everyone who ever lived and died, aside from the people that are properly disposed of in the city and other cities like it, are out there and vengeful and exist as ghosts. This giant electrical fence around the entire city mostly keeps them out. I mean, it does a decent enough job that people live here, but so people out there obviously are weird too, because there are still people out there. The oceans have leviathans that are demons swimming within them. Also, there are faint stars visible in the bottoms of the oceans. So oceans might not be the right name, but we really don't have anything better. Lots of dead gods, lots of weird magic bullshit. The entire city has a ghost field. Also, pretty much the whole entire world has a ghost field, which certain people can attune to try and do supernatural effects. I believe you have a party member who can use that to channel lightning. So yeah, world's fucked up.
I like either shadows
might
or
also wanna look at-
smugglers.
Yeah, you might want to look at the special abilities. Those will show you like what kinds of things you get for being a member of that kind of crew. Cohorts. I should mention that since these talk about them, but the cohorts are additional non-player characters, and each cohort is like, depending on the size and quality, like, you know, it kind of starts out like a basic cohort is like 2 people that work for you. The high tier or high scale cohorts can end up being like, you know, half a dozen people. Like if you're not interested in being bravos, those would be like, you know, your muscle, your goon squad. You know, for shadows, those could be like special fences or not fences. They'd be more like special casers or scouts or contacts. The only one of these that starts with 1 is the cult, who start with a group of adepts.
I can't think of why some of our characters would be in a cult.
Yeah.
I know why my character would.
Yeah, I think
that's
cult
all I
is
can
the
speak
one that
to.
requires
Yeah.
a lot of buy-in from the entire party.
Yeah.
I do think that.
No.
Yeah, we were a cult.
I like shadows or
Hawkers
smugglers
doesn't-
for this group.
Hawkers
I
could
like
be good.
shadows. I think heist jobs are really fun.
Yeah, I mean, Shadow. I would say, yeah, Shadow probably these 3.
McDowell, Treble, you guys got opinions?
Well, like I said, like these 2 is
Yeah.
fine. Either
Shadows.
these are the
I'm okay with shadows.
yeah. So shadows is okay.
We're thinking we're gonna play shadows.
Thieves, spies,
Well,
and
it kind
saboteurs.
of sounds like Shadows steal stuff, smugglers move it, and Hawkers sell it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the triangle of trade.
We don't listen. You guys probably lucked out because if you had picked smugglers, you would have caught me singing "Eastbound and Down."
Oh,
Well, I mean,
that.
this is a game about failure.
We are loaded up and trucking.
So, we are creating a shadows crew. So the first thing to do is choose an initial reputation or layer. You choose how the other underworld factions see you, and look at the map and pick a district in which to place your layer. Also describe your layer. I'll move this to where there's a little bit less.
I mean, obviously, everybody thinks we're awesome.
So our options:
the-
ambitious, brutal, daring, honorable, professional, savvy, subtle, or strange.
Range. We have a weird strong man, a weird short girl, a weird ghost guy, a weird noble lady who talks to her, necklace, and we have just one guy over here tethered to reality with his tricorn hat.
How publicly known are these vices to people? As publicly known as we want them to be?
Yes.
Because I would assume nobody knows a thing about this woman other than she's a noble.
And she wears red.
And she wears red. That's all you know. Which could be strange in and of itself, I suppose.
So when it says
I feel like
strange, that means specifically like ties to like the paranormal elements of the
Yeah.
setting. Okay, that was
Yeah,
my
strange
understanding.
is strange is pretty strongly like you
Hmm.
guys. Maybe you steal from cults. Maybe you steal from like shipments of unusual things that come into the city. Maybe you specialize in that. But this isn't necessarily a specialization. This is more like what is all the other criminal enterprises? Because there are quite a few in this city. Think of your group. They
I
think
would
that-
vote strange or professional.
Let's see, what page is this on?
well, I mean, I just have the. This is
Where-
on the. Let me see if there's a longer description.
Where's it on the book?
Here we go. Sorry, just gotta scroll down. On the book, it is in page 101 in the PDF.
Oh, so it's not in the
Right.
player kit.
I don't think there's not actually all that much more though.
Okay.
I just want to read the
There's not that
description.
much more descriptions of these in the book than there are on the player kit. There's more suggestions for the layer. Yeah, they're all just one word descriptions. So this is how just how you feel the outside world thinks of you.
Daring.
Daring is probably like takes on things you probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's a
right
good one. I like professional too. I like, you get in, you get out. You don't let
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like
don't
that.
let all the
My
messy
character
shit get in
even-
your way.
Professional or strange best fits my character.
I definitely think my character would lean toward professional as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But everyone
She's
thinks
all about
professional would be a good rep-
appearances.
Does someone want to take the role of typing onto the main crew sheet? Thank you.
I don't know how to spell.
Someone who can spell better than I can. All right, and now we look at the map and pick a district, and I can give you more information about any of the districts you're curious about. I believe there's a little bit in the player kit. Let me find the page.
Yeah, there's like a
Immediately
line about
drawn.
each one.
I'm immediately drawn to that for some reason.
Page 22 of the player kit has the short description of each.
You're drawn where, Raz?
I just clicked on the crow's foot.
Crowsfoot. A cramped neighborhood of multi-level streets ruled by gangs.
Now that I read the description, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't want gang activity.
That's
around.
kind of the boilerplate. If you
I
want
was
to
going
put the
strictly by name.
yeah the example adventure kind of in the book is the war for control between different gangs of Crowsfoot.
Do these gangs ever spontaneously break out into song?
Probably a few of them. Gangs of New York, I think, is in the touchstones.
One very specific gang does that all the time.
Like it's like
which-
it's
That's their
ghost activity.
reputation.
It's ghost activity, and it's just like this fucking ghost
Oh
again.
god,
Like,
that episode of Star Trek with ghosts that make you sing.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Just fucking the dead spirits of theater majors.
which of the more
was just
upscale?
Where's
areas?
six
That
there's
was
six
infinite.
towers.
That
So-
was literally like, Hitchhiker's Guide logic. Literal improbability field caused them to sing.
On page
If
22
you
of the
look at
player kit,
districts list, they kind of go from most to least affluent.
yeah, there's like a
You
little
also
wealth
see
map.
there's a wealth chart on the lower right in the player's kit.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
So I think being based out of one of the most affluent districts would draw too much attention.
What about Six Towers? It was formerly affluent.
Now
it's
worn down and
dilapidated.
dilapidated.
I
Silk
feel like
Shore.
that's like there could be pockets of like high class stuff in there, but
Lots of stuff left over. Lots of people
Yeah.
still clinging on to former glory.
I do like
Yeah,
Silk
it's
Shore,
either
though.
six Towers, Silk Shore, or Night Market.
Silk Shore could also work. Yeah.
Because we're all people who love the finer things.
Listen,
Yep.
thievery is an art.
This man wears a tricorn hat. This one has a special kind of grease that he works into his mustache. Two of us are wearing elegant dresses everywhere we go. And then there's Chris.
Hey, don't knock the eel-skin bodysuit.
Looks like a disheveled professor.
So Silk Shore is the Red Lamp District and artist community. I think
Is that on the map? That's way down here. Okay.
down south. I'm just now noticing that the map in the book has north
It's
pointed
north
up,
of it.
and then this map has
Yeah.
north pointed left.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm glad they did that because my brain can absolutely handle that. No problem.
I noticed that a while ago, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And I'm good at this sort of spatial thing, and I'm just looking back and forth, like, where is anything?
Listen, north is where the heart is.
Yeah, I think Six Towers would be my vote.
The Radiant Energy
I can get
Farms
home
and
in time.
Eeleries. I don't like this word.
Eeleries?
I don't like this. I don't like that word at all.
No.
That's where my character got her bodysuit.
Trouble
Trouble.
says no words with 4 E's in them.
What's wrong with Eeleries? Why are we not okay?
Say it
Down for
again,
Silk-
and then
I'm down for Silk Shore.
All right. Wait, we wanted Silk Shore or 6 Towers?
Oh, we gotta move this.
I feel like Silk Shore is more eccentric, and we feel like an eccentric band of player characters in a tabletop
Yeah.
game.
also it's
Well, we
closer
are
to the
professional, so I don't know how we want to go about that.
also it's closer to the Eeleries, so Chris's character can continue to buy their bodysuits.
Yeah, I need it fresh.
Oh no!
She likes some wet right off the.
Oh no!
No!
Disgusting.
When they dry out, she
Just
discards
throws
them
them
and just
away.
goes get a new one.
She slithers out of it. Do we have a vote for location?
I mean, I like.
What's-
It
I
seems
kind of
like
like
we
Six
do.
Towers, but if you guys want to
Yeah.
do Silk Shore,
I can go either way.
I mean, like
Six
if
Towers
we-
is more interesting to me. But I think if you guys want to do Silk Shore, knock yourselves out.
I kind of want to do Six Towers because of the because we have
It's
we have
close
a
to the rich
noble.
places.
Yeah, I want to
right.
be able to get there very quickly because
Yeah.
I have to.
Okay.
We have a noble. We have an actual rich person and a person who likes to pretend they're rich people. Like, would your character like settle for?
I'm more thinking that I'd have to pass through all these areas to get there, and
I just like
that'd be
I just-
difficult.
like the idea of
Maintain.
like Raz's character like thinks that Six Towers is the kind of place that rough and tumble people hang out,
She's
because
not
she's-
that naive, but
Yeah,
and then
that's
like
pretty
and
good.
then like Brick's character thinks that Six Towers is the place that people go when they've made it.
I like
All right,
that.
that's fine.
I will point out that your lair and your hunting grounds are different. This is where your headquarters are, but they're not necessarily where you work out of as much.
Yeah, don't shit where you eat.
Yep.
All right, so layer is.
Oh shit! Sorry, I meant to just do this.
Right. I'll go back to the creation. Next step. Now that you have and you can describe your layer. What is the building like? Why did you choose this place? How do people meet here? Do you guys meet customers here? Do you just meet yourselves here? Do you have plans to make it into like a strong house, place to store ill-gotten goods?
No, we don't need to store.
Mhm.
If we're
I'm gonna
storing
use it.
goods, we're not doing our job properly. Because we
yeah.
we need to be fencing these relatively quickly.
So
Yep.
describe. So let's.
Well, we're
What
not
is
even
the actual
fencing
building
anything,
that makes up your
obviously.
layer then? In addition to like where on the map it is, like what building in Six Towers? Let me bring up the Six Towers detail.
Oh
So
man,
the-
abandoned casino is immediately the first thing I thought of.
Oh, you
Man
know
in the
what? That
dilapidated
actually sounds
museum.
amazing. Actually,
Yeah.
Abandoned Casino is fantastic.
Because that, of course, that's why their economy collapsed. Everybody gambled all their shit away, and then the people who owned the casino just up and left.
All right, I'll triple down on that. I like an abandoned casino. So
Yeah,
like
okay.
we're, you know what I'm thinking now is isn't that where Turkish's operation is based in the movie Snatch? They're out of the back room of a little like just slot hall that they own.
So let's go ahead and Six Towers is mostly consisting of dilapidated and crumbling noble houses. Let's say that this is like the third or fourth repurposing of this building. Do you want it to be like a large haunting manor house originally, or like a bunch of servants' quarters? What do you think the casino originally was before it went to casino and then disrepair under your use?
It was a museum because that would have the space.
Can
Like
we
a
all
brownstone.
agree? Previously, it was the police station in Raccoon City.
So it was a
I like
noble
the idea of
house,
it being a museum.
like an old manor house at one point. The family who
That then got
operated
converted
it
to a museum?
collapsed,
Yeah.
and then it got converted into a museum. And then some shady characters got a hold of it and converted it into a casino, and then they went bust.
And so now we have it, and all these keys with like poker symbols on them.
So it's a dilapidated tower. It's a dilapidated manor house, refitted many times.
Yeah,
Probably
there's
a
just
good description.
there's been so
Yeah.
much mismatched construction over the years. Like this is the
Yep.
kind of place like if you tear down wallpaper, you might find a secret passage.
And it has like no yard. Like at this point, like all of the there's no manor grounds. It's like the city has crept up like to the building itself.
Yeah, yeah. So there's no like garden.
but-
There's no like front lawn area.
It still has some pictures on the walls, some sculptural statues that they didn't tear down for the casino.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep, and the museum and the original manor, nobleman's house. I think that's just it's just a layers upon layers upon layers.
It's got history.
It's got character.
If that's what
I
you
didn't
want to
realize
call
we
it.
were back in Sigil.
And the premise again of the city is there's no room to get anything without taking it from someone else. And speaking of such, establish your hunting grounds. Look at the map and pick a district in which to place your hunting grounds.
Oh, we're
Decide
definitely
how to deal with the faction that claims the area. And I'll let you pick a district first before I go for a faction. This is the fun part.
definitely thinking White Crown. Like, why would you steal anything if you're not stealing the stuff that's worth stealing, right?
True.
Well, if you're gonna go for
Exactly.
drugs, you're not gonna find them in like manageable quantities, probably in White Crown, I guess. You'll definitely get like material goods.
Yeah, like money.
You think the nobles don't have drugs?
Not
course
like
they have
enough.
drugs.
They
like,
have all
not
the
enough
best
to
drugs.
like
You don't. You
mass
think none of the noble
distribute.
houses are running illicit drug smuggling rings out of their back manor
Out
house?
of their house?
Yeah.
No, you separate that shit. You don't shit in
No.
your bed.
The smart
nobles
ones
have the
separate it.
best-
The dumb ones
Okay,
get
yeah,
thieved
there
by
will be-
us.
There will be dumb ones. Let's not be wrong.
Listen, the richer you are, the more occult artifacts you have.
So the wealthier you are and the better you think you are at playing the game, the more prone you are to thinking you're untouchable, and that's the chink in the armor that our operation targets.
And this is a game about failure, and what's a better way to fail than in the rich neighborhoods?
Oh yeah, I want to fail somewhere where we're definitely gonna bring on the most heat.
All right.
So I
go
like
ahead
I like
and write
White
down
Crown.
White Crown as your hunting grounds, and then let me look at the faction list.
Where is the thing for hunting grounds on here?
The faction seems like it would be literally the police.
Down in the bottom here it says hunting grounds.
I think the White Crown people can afford private armies. I think you have a very strong opinion of the Blue Cloaks if you think the police are interested in this.
We also aren't necessarily
this is worth hanging out with them.
thieves, right? We could also be like
No.
information brokers.
Yep.
Or saboteurs?
Yeah.
And you can do all of these. You don't have to specialize in one. Like Shadows is going to give you some abilities towards subterfuge, but exactly how to execute those jobs and what jobs to take is largely up to the group.
I just
Alright,
came
so
up with
let's
a name. A name just popped into my brain, and I love it.
That's usually the hardest part. So if you want to throw it out here while I look at the faction list,
Aces and eights.
Aces and Eights
don't
is
get it.
the name of the
The crew.
it's the name of the ship that the player characters are given in the Serenity tabletop role playing game. If you
Oh,
don't like just pilot the Serenity, it's like the knockoff Serenity.
Ah,
you will note I have put 2 coin in your crew stash.
Oh, good.
You will note that.
cool.
All right, excellent. Let me hold on. I'm still looking up which groups
Oh, that's
work
right.
in White Crown.
Well, it's right there. You don't have to type it when it's like right there.
Yeah, there's a tracker on there. What is going
Yeah,
on?
but you gotta find the tracker.
Oh, that's just my mouse. Okay. No, I'm holding Alt, but I was like moving it around, and like I have this like gray blob.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
I
have
that
to.
too.
There's an
I've never seen that before.
they applied that object to the map to give like this shadow effect. So if you mouse over it and push Alt, it zooms in on it. It's weird.
Oh,
Well, I have one I have to read. I have to read their description real quick for the next part. Here we go. I thought I'd. Sorry, I have to find a chart that I know is in here. I think
Well,
there's a
the
chart
chart.
for faction. There's a chart for factions by district.
I opened up a tab and it had some news here, and I saw like, oh look, is that Alex Horn? No, it's Ben Affleck.
It's little Ben Affleck. Just doesn't have the same ring to it.
You gotta say little Alex Horn.
Is that one? That sounds like a good one. Is that one in White Crown? That is in White Crown. Is that an option?
Make an HOA.
Oh no.
I have bad
That
news
would
for
be
you,
a
Trouble.
compromise.
God damn it! My PDF viewer crashed again. I fucking hate Apple's memory management.
Trouble, I got bad news for you.
What?
It says like almost half of the city's food needs are met by the ealeries.
Oh.
Yep. Hope you like eel.
I
I'm
just-
glad that is going to be recorded forever because that
I
was
just
like
don't
the
like-
most just like no.
Yeah, the actually the eel skin suit is probably really easy to get because yeah, they cook a lot of eel. You probably actually look a little lowbrow in that.
So you're definitely eating creamed eel.
It's like wearing a rabbit fur coat.
There's no faux pas here.
I just don't like the word ealery. Okay.
I think it's a fantastic word, and I can't wait to keep saying it.
Oh, hold on. I'm just gonna get the physical book. The stupid PDF
What if-
keeps crashing. on my
What if
tab.
we all just said eelery over and over and over? Ready, set,
I
go.
mean-
Eelery, eelery, eelery. Nobody else
I mean,
did
I-
it.
It wouldn't bother me, but I don't know. Morally against.
Yeah, we're trying to desensitize you to the word.
Of course, if you say the word enough, then it sounds weird again, and then we'll become like trouble.
It's time to design an ealery dungeon for D&D.
For the next campaign.
No, for this
She's
one.
Moved on. Oh, I thought you had. I thought your ideas were all fulled up.
You can always squeeze in an ealery. They're slippery.
You could squeeze in a children's story called The Angler and the Eelery.
Does that actually work? Is that? It's... Okay, we're going with that. All right. So, you have pissed off another powerful group in the city, acquiring these hunting grounds. That group is going to be the city council. So
HOA.
you can either take a -2 initial reputation with the city council, or bribe them for 1 coin and have a starting reputation of -1 with the city council. You have 2 coin to work with right now. I'm gonna go
That's
ahead
different
and
than
put
what
the
it says in
-1
my-
right now.
That's different than what it says in my notes here. It says we can pay them a coin, pay them 2 coins to get +1, or pay nothing and get -1.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
Jeez,
you're
DM's
correct.
trying to rip us off in the first.
I just misread it.
No.
What is the benefit of the mechanical benefit of reputation?
Level ±1, friendly, or aggressive. They will help or hurt you if it doesn't make them go out of their way. ±2, aggressive. They will help you or hurt you even if it does go out of their way, but they'll probably want you to owe something. ±3, best buddies or at war, literal open war in the streets.
Oh,
I
I
know
say
you
we
want
don't.
that.
I don't think we give them any money.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like,
Okay, so
No.
you did not bribe the city council when you started running your illicit
Now, when
You
we
don't
say
want them in on
criminal
it?
enterprise in
You're
White
honest,
Crown,
thieves.
therefore they are pissed off. That actually is perfect.
when we say city council, we mean the city council of all of Duskfall or just White Crown?
All of Duskfall.
Oh, well, okay. Listen, we didn't get into the criminal empire business to not make
So
enemies in the
choosing
government.
White Crown specifically as your hunting grounds and not bribing the city council means you're at -1 reputation with them.
Yeah, it's
I would
fine.
say I would say pay it, honestly.
There are more things you might want to buy later.
Yeah, I know.
So
But we only get one opportunity for this, so.
you can go out like it, but I prefer you not paying it. This
Oh,
is
I
part
know
of
what
the-
you
this, This is
want.
part of the making the game. This is part of session 0 I find really fun. All right, next you
Yeah,
get
no.
to choose a special ability for the shadows.
Okay. I have not read these yet. There's a bunch of hands in the way.
We'll
Oh,
hold
Pack
alt,
Rat
and the
sounds
hands go up.
Pack Rat sounds amazing, just for like where we are.
I feel like pack rats we would just start with in the sense that like we could just sell the random shit that's there.
I'm not advocating for it. It's just I saw it first and I'm like, oh,
Destil, tell us about entanglements.
Yes, entanglements are an abstraction of downtime actions that happen between sessions. Entanglements are a series of things that happen during downtime that usually make your lives worse.
Okay. So,
So
I'm
between jobs, you will roll on the entanglement chances, and then something terrible might happen to you.
I like synchronized. But I don't know when we would do a group action versus individual action. So
the two of these I like are I like pack rats a lot because we're going to be
That's really
acquiring
fun.
items to have. I also like the idea that Lele is just always trying to get rid of the stuff. Like, what's the point in stealing this if we're just going to have it laying around? You guys all need to do a better job of finding buyers for this shit.
I will tell you that acquire an asset is a specific downtime action you take.
Yeah, that's why it's in
Yep,
bold here.
just so you're aware of that.
And then the other one I really like is Slippery. I like the idea that just as a crew, we're pretty
Yep.
good at just
And so
getting
the
out of
engagement
trouble.
roll determines the situation you're in when the scene starts when you start a job. So, like, if you roll poorly on the engagement roll, you're in a desperate situation. You do not have control of things, and everything's already gone tits up. If you're in a
I feel like
controlled
Ghost
situation,
Echoes-
you've gotten pretty far in, and you have a good control over the situation as the job starts to get hairy.
Yeah, I feel like Ghost Echoes might actually be really useful.
That
That's a fun,
requires
like-
buy-in, though.
that's a fun
Yeah.
like later ability, yeah. Like once we have
See
gotten
interact with
established
ghostly
in the
structures, streets, and
world.
objects. Well, depending
Yeah.
on what we're trying to steal, like
But I don't
mean,
even know what the
that's all we
world
have
is.
you for.
That's-
That's
I
what we
will
have
also
you
point
for.
out everyone's skills is actually really good,
that was the one I was looking at primarily.
yeah,
especially
plus on
because
the
that can
prowl
push
would
you
be
up
really
to
nice.
3 out of the box.
Let's
We're all just kleptos.
Yeah, and I guess if you guys don't want to do ghosts, then everyone steals or slippery probably.
I like pack rats.
I think there's interesting role-playing opportunities in both pack rats and Slippery. Everyone
I think
steals
I'll
is
do-
probably mechanically. Actually, I don't
Yeah.
even.
I like Slippery. to be
I
honest.
will also point out reduce heat is something that you do during at downtime to prevent the law from getting in on you. Heat is one of the things that will happen over time. As you can see, it ticks up on the left here, and then it goes into a wanted level. So one of the downtime actions is reducing heat. So getting an extra roll on that will let you keep the law off your back, in addition to the bonus you'll get for trying to do the disastrous consequences of your poorly thought out actions between adventures.
Look,
I
I
think I'd go
know.
for slippery of those.
I know all about managing heat because I played Lancer.
I'm okay with slippery. If that one, it seems like everybody's okay. Everybody is.
That one speaks to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
Someone clicks Slippery.
You can't do it. when you're
Assign
holding balls.
upgrades. Your crew has 2 upgrades pre-selected. Let me find those.
Do we?
Yes, your layer is hidden, and you have training and prowess.
Oh, I see. Those are upgrades down there. Oh, the line
Yep.
keeps going. Got it. Okay.
You get to take 2 more upgrades, and if you have a cohort, one of those upgrades can be a cohort, which we would now create.
I mean, I immediately was drawn to Vault because it's an old casino.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what
Yeah.
that means. Like, what?
Yep. Let me get
Yeah.
I think we might need the. Let me see if that's in the player kit. Where we have to go to.
I have some listed here.
I think I have to go to the actual rules.
Oh, a vault, yeah. Your layers
Yeah.
of secure vault, increasing your storage capacity for coin to 8. A second vault upgrade increased your capacity to 16. So we could hold more money.
Yep. And then training and prowess. I believe.
That would require us to have money.
Yep.
But I mean,
You have 2
a cap
coin currently.
a cap at 4 is kind of low.
Well, you have a vault, so you have 8.
Well, we haven't formally accepted that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, your
Yeah.
layer is hidden and prowess, right?
Well, I mean, we get 2 on top of this, right?
What
Yep,
is
you have the layer hidden and the prowess training are the 2 you get for free. I don't know. It looks like I might not have put a lot of stuff on these in the player's kit, so let me find them in the actual.
for some reason I like the idea of always having access to quality documents.
It could definitely be useful.
Because Chris's character is always doing like paranormal research. If we're going to be doing a lot of like information brokering over in the
If we've
swanky
got-
part of town.
Like
Yeah.
we're always trying to fence stuff. So
Yeah,
I
like
think
we
sometimes we got to have documents to like prove that we should have these things we obviously shouldn't have.
Yeah, like my character specializes in stealing occult shit and selling it. So
I'm picturing
you're
a
gonna
I'm
be
sure
heist.
the-
that's legit.
You're going to be the forger then.
I'm picturing a heist where
Oh,
you
here
like
we go.
sneak into a baron's manor, like take a high quality copy of his ledger, and then sneak it out without anybody ever knowing we've touched it.
So the special upgrades for your crew or for the shadows are thief rigging, which is you get 2 free load worth of tier or ghouls or tools like burglary gear or tinkering tools without counting load. Just literally pull those out of your cloak. Got underground maps and passkeys, which have easy access through the underground canals, tunnels, and businesses in the city. And these require 2 because they are cohorts. Elite rooks. The rooks are an elite skulks, which are both cohort types. Those are small bands of allies, and then steady. You get +1 to your stress box maximum for each character.
We get to pick one of these, correct?
You can either pick one of the 2 cohorts or 2 of the others.
I like the maps. In which case, I suggest we pick boat for our lair.
So our
Uh,
lair itself is not on the water, but you're suggesting we have like a hidden underground like sewer access or something.
Yeah,
That we have pole boats down there.
yeah.
That could work.
I kind of like that.
I want to say boat and vault because vault to go with the fact it's a casino, as Raz said, and boat
Yeah.
to go with underground maps and passkeys.
Well, I want to hear about what
the-
this quality listing is. Like, what is this talking about here?
Yeah. So I'm going over that now. So the existing upgrade you have, the prowess upgrade, means that you can trade prowess up to 4. Right now, you can only trade your other skills up to 3 when you gain EXP. The layer, the one that you already have, the hidden layer. Find that. Layer upgrades.
Your lair is a secret location and is disguised to hide it from view. If your lair is discovered, use 2 downtime actions and pay coin equal to your tier to relocate it and hide it once again.
So the
Nice,
way I'm
thank
reading that is
Lightning.
because our lair is obviously not hidden. It's in this manor house / museum / old casino. The idea is that like the building itself is not hidden, but people aren't aware that we operate
Yeah.
out of it. Okay.
Yeah, I would say that in that case, because the layer is going to be like an iconic part of the campaign, the action instead of relocating your layer would be find some way to like set up a fake layer and think that they find it or something like that.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
rebrand the building as like a McDonald's or something.
We
Like,
just
it's a,
yeah, we
it's a
shuffled
spirit-
it.
new
it's a-
ownership.
it's a spirit Halloween, and then
It's one of those copycats that was obviously a Pizza Hut former life.
We just
Yeah.
shuffle the paperwork around some.
Okay, quality. Each upgrade includes the quality rating of all PC's item, one above the existing tier. So, quality is a measure of the like individual make and value of a piece of gear. So, given that your crew is tier 1, your gear by default is quality 1. Choosing quality would increase the quality of one set of stuff to tier 2.
Okay.
that like let us roll
And
more dice.
that's a relative thing, like the advantage or disadvantage. Like if you had, actually you start at tier 0, don't you? Yes, that would increase you to tier 1.
Where does it track your tier? Oh, right here. There we go.
Yep.
The highest we can do is 4. It looks like.
Yes.
How many
Like,
bubbles
for
are we
instance, the city
placing here?
council is a tier 4 organization. Oh, they're tier 5 actually.
There's a tier 6 on there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Imperial Military.
2 of this, with the exception of like selecting a rooks.
Yeah,
or
it would take
skull
both
scout.
upgrades to get the cohorts. Do you want to go? You want to know what the cohorts do?
We'll hear it. I'm not real interested in
Sure.
having cohorts.
The rooks
Yeah.
are Karn artists, spies, and socialites, and the skulks are scouts, infiltrators, and thieves. At the tier and scale of you, this would basically be 2 hirelings.
Okay.
They'd be relative, like they wouldn't be garbage. Like they'd be notable characters, side members of your crew. And there are, there can be an implicit 1 or 2 extra members of your crew that don't really have too many noteworthy things. But yeah, those are the 2. And those would be elite. So they would actually be better than out of the box. You could also spend a crew upgrade, 2 upgrades to get a cohort that is not elite of any of the other types, which are the adepts, who are like researchers and tinkerers, the rovers, who are carriage drivers and scavengers, and the thugs, who are killers and brawlers.
I'm not incredibly
So that's
enthused.
if you want to have like specialized hirelings. That costs 2 upgrades to buy.
Yeah,
Right
I'm-
out of the gate, I'm not super interested in.
Okay.
Yeah.
NPCs.
Same.
Yeah.
I like the underground maps, the boat, quality documents, the best.
We get 1 more of this. We could just take the steady, I guess.
So steady's one we can take up to 3 times. It doesn't cost 3 dots, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
that,
is that-
like we're cool under pressure. Yeah, because
Yeah,
we're
it's,
fucking professionals,
Stress
right?
is kind of like your HP. It's your main like resource to do or avoid things. So just having that just increases your max stress.
Okay.
What is your typical max stress? Looks like
Where did I start
8,
at? That's a good question.
because there's 8 pips on the tracker.
Yeah. Let me look at an actual physical sheet to see.
There's 9 pips here, and then 4 for trauma.
Well, then the 9th one is trauma.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because if you fill the 9th pip, then you have filled the trauma bar.
Oh, okay. So that 9th pip is psychic damage.
That's basically down. If you fill that, you're down. I guess technically you could say that you'd have 9 pips then.
I mean, more stress is good
Need an
because I spend stress as a resource to trigger my Rook's Gambit.
Everyone spends stress as a resource.
Yeah, so
Here, let me get a physical sheet in front of me. I can tell you exactly how this works. There's no way immediately obvious to me on the character sheet to indicate the extra max stress, but
You just type it below somewhere. Oops, sorry. Hopefully nobody needed that letter A in the notes. I didn't know what that was. Sorry.
All right, so what are we thinking for our 2 upgrades?
Underground maps
I
and
heard
the extra
underground
stress.
maps seems
Yeah.
like something that people really want.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
So underground maps,
Trouble, you need
Yeah.
to click the buttons.
How do we advance
and then you guys want to do
these?
one rank and steady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay.
How do we improve these? Because I feel like the boat and
The crew
hull will be
gains
on-
experience as you do jobs,
Yeah.
in addition to individual characters.
Because somebody might decide to buy a boat later, and then somebody will crack the vault open, and like that's logical progression.
All right. So in the process of gaining these underground maps, one faction helps you get them. Let me figure out who that is.
Wait, hold on. Did we get the boat? I thought we only got 2 pips.
we get 2 here, or
Uh-huh.
we
Yeah.
get to pick 2 of this of these,
Yep.
or 1 of these rooks.
Yeah,
so these
the
were these,
cohorts cost 2 upgrades.
yeah, and then we get 2 for like this section.
Yeah, those you automatically have the hidden layer and the
So we
training.
get two crew upgrades in the gray area, and then 2 on the other side.
You've already taken 2 in the other side. You have hidden layer and prowess training.
Okay, so
Those are automatically assigned to all. That's because you're shadows.
Yeah. Because we only got 2 pips total, so we're done. We've
Yeah.
got everything.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
So
so the
let me
crew
know.
upgrades. These are crew upgrades.
Yep.
Oh,
Those
okay.
are non-unique crew upgrades that all the crews share those.
Oh,
I thought we
okay.
had-
In that case,
I
I,
thought
would
we
rather,
had-
I think we'd rather have access to a boat than the point and steady.
Yeah.
That's where
You
I was
guys
going
want a
with this. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, let me look at this real quick.
What's our boat's name, McDowell?
Boating with boat face.
Wasn't that the name of it? In
See,
Swamp
this
5?
is why I asked McDowell and not Chris. Because I wanted a real answer, and I know Chris was going to say Bodie McBoatface.
Seize the day.
No, there are no more seas.
The Codfather.
Seize the night.
The Codfather is worse
Yes.
than Bodie McBoatface.
What about Eelary?
Doctopus.
One-eyed Jack.
All right, we're going to say that the Weeping Lady, which is a soup kitchen, helped you acquire these underground maps. So you're going to start out at +1 status with them. You can spend a coin to go up to +2 status instead. So right now is we'll help you if it doesn't make them go out of their way. +2 is we'll go out of their way to help you.
I just don't like soup that much.
Did we had a -1 somewhere?
Yes, on the city council.
I'm trying to find it.
We pissed off the government.
I don't see it.
By
there.
stealing from the most.
Oh,
yeah.
there it is, up there. Okay.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's way up at the top. We done fucked up. Yes.
It's fine, we're slippery.
And then, unless you have a boat, what does your boat look like? What is your boat like?
Well, it's for the underways, right? So what? Hold on. Is there a section in this book that lists the upgrades? I just want to see what they say about the boats.
It says boat house. You have a boat, a dock on a waterway, and a small shack to store boating supplies. A second upgrade improves the boat with armor and more cargo capabilities. So basically, we could go anywhere we want to in the city by boat.
Yeah.
Yep, there's
I assume
parts
they
of
were
the city that are
right
more
here, so-
navigable by goat than by cart.
By goat. Oh.
There's no
Yeah,
horses
the
in the
goat.
city.
Goats are the primary beast of burden. There aren't horses. Horses are incredibly affluent and rare. Most carts are drawn by goats. Yes.
Oh, I thought you were I thought you misspoke when you
No,
were saying
you
boat.
heard goat when I said boat, but that is also true.
Hang on. I might have the gift for this.
And
I
then
can't-
I am going to say that acquiring that boat has pissed off the Leviathan hunters. So you are currently at -2 status with them for having a boat that was probably stolen from one of the major dock houses. So you can go to -1 status if you pay them off a coin. Right now, -2 is will go out of their way to hurt you. -1 is will hurt you if it doesn't cost them anything.
I don't want to pay any money. Like we might need the money for other things.
Yeah, like having the coin.
Are we scared of these people?
No, they're like,
I mean, they're the most powerful industry in the city.
they're a bunch of blubber catchers.
Yep.
So what I'm hearing
you
is
should
that
say that in front of one of their captains. That'll go great.
We're gonna be environmental terrorists, basically.
If the pay is good enough.
You guys kind of. I think they might be the environmental terrorists. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
Like loot and
that gets real blurry.
fucking summon Captain Planet.
Okay, so we're good at being at -2 with Leviathan Hunters.
Yeah, that sounds.
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say good.
Not worth the gold.
but
Excellent, beautiful, love it. All right, choose a favorite contact. Mark the one who is a close friend, longtime ally, or partner in crime.
I would say we have access to like a high scale fence. Somebody who can. Because we're going to get hired to acquire items or intel from someone. But when the singing strongman breaks into a house to steal something specific, he's going to grab a few other things too. The guy's like a pack mule.
Like a deal
So
broker.
are you thinking Amico as the deal broker, the high scale fence?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that we had like a list here to pick from. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Just
Amancio?
someone to
I like
quickly
this
flip our
Amico.
our
That's-
incidentals.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Now, in being Amico's good friend, you have pissed off one faction
Of course we have.
that dislikes Amico. You've also made friends of a faction that likes Amico. So let me look through my faction list and figure out how this one works.
I can't believe
they-
anybody is like
There
Amico.
are too many silent letters. It's Amancio.
Amancio, thank you.
The
You know,
N
there-
and the I are silent, apparently.
Let's go ahead and say that you actually, he's a deal broker, right?
Yeah.
You guys are apparently working a lot around the water. I'm going to go ahead and say you have +1 with the citizenry of the docks. Amicio is apparently very well liked among all the dock workers and all the Leviathan hunters.
Where is that on the chart?
The far right.
Got it. Thank you.
And then who do not like him? I'm gonna go with that's a little. Dagger Isle Consulate. Ooh, I love that. So you're at -1 with the Dagger Isle Consulates. Apparently, he has caused some sort of international faux pas in the past, and he might need to call on you to help if the Dagger Isle Consulate decides that this is a problem.
You know who hasn't?
You have the option of making either of these +and -2 if you want.
By spending money.
No, just by making the other one -2. You can make the dock citizenry +2. Does that make sense? Do you think? Yeah, no, you're like,
Yeah.
not quite folk heroes in the docks, but everyone in the docks greatly respects the group of highly professional thieves who stole a goddamn small whaling boat out from one of the noble families in the Leviathan Hunters. Like, they might not like you, but they respect that you had the balls to do that and pulled it off.
What would be the benefit of willingly going to a -2 status?
You get +2 with the dock workers, which means they go out of the dock citizenry, which means they go out of their way to help you.
Oh, okay, this is a package deal.
Yep.
Yeah, you get both.
I would.
You know what? YOLO.
I'll take that.
YOLO.
I kind of want the deal. I think it's better to get a higher
Okay.
plus. Yeah.
Let me write down exactly where these came from. So, for your boat, in Boathouse, you pissed off the whalers.
I'm
And then
sorry. I'm
who
still
did you
trying to. I'm still trying to recover from being stun locked about the goat thing. Like every time I make a dumbass joke, Destel's like, "And yes, that is actually true," and I'm like, "Ah!"
Remind me who likes you because you stole that boat? Who helped you get the boat?
Oh, I didn't
Sure,
realize we'd
plus
have a
one.
test. Hold on.
The Weeping Lady.
Weeping.
Yeah, I
yeah.
need to put these down in my notes to make the story make sense. So the Weeping Lady, the soup kitchen workers helped you get that. Oh wait, that was the maps, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the maps.
So you probably have intricate maps that a lot of them might go in and out of that old opera house that's been converted into a soup kitchen. Might be like the nexus for all of your underground special maps.
Like we were like, shit, there's waterways connecting everywhere. We need
There
to
are.
get a boat.
Yep.
And then we
And
went
then you
got a
are
boat.
+2 with the citizenry of the docks, because everyone respects that you stole that boat right out from under a noble. And they also like Amico.
I give up.
And then you're -2 with the Dagger Isle consulate, because apparently he's made some bad deals with them in the past. Probably some deal fell through and they still blame him on it. All right. That was new upgrades. Time document. I think
You
that
tried.
is actually all of the things that we need you to do for session 0. I
Fantastic.
think you now have a working crew. You have faction. Make this a little smaller. You have faction interactions, and each of you has a character.
I do want to know our
Going
boat
to-
name.
Oh.
Still need a
Nick,
name
what's
book.
Put
If
it
you,
on there.
What's our
One
crew
item.
name?
Oh, it's all, okay. You named it the
yeah.
one jet. Got it.
What's our crew name? I don't have that. in
Aces
my-
and eights.
Oh, thank you.
I wrote it on there.
I didn't write it on my character sheet. Oh, what have I done? There it goes.
6 towers.
I need to copy.
Print screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah, it's probably worthwhile. I'm going to save the table. It's probably worthwhile grabbing a screenshot of your character sheet just in case this doesn't work as well as I hope it does.
Can somebody also get the crew sheet?
Why is print screen not working?
There we go. We're actually, you know what? We're gonna make this an Excel sheet, so I can just paste a picture like I was playing Blueprints.
Have all
Oop,
of the details
nope.
on those relationships.
Oh, what have I done? I've broken everything. Hold on. D&D.
All right, so that means for the first session, I will prepare a job for probably a heist. Unless, what kind of jobs do you guys want to take? Like completely outside of the rules? Like, there might actually be a rule for this.
People hire us to acquire things.
Okay.
That's there's a specific thing they want stolen or recovered, or a specific piece of information, a document.
Give me 1 second to look at the details for crew. I think there is something that says like you choose this thing that you specialize in stealing.
What if
I'll
we
try and find it.
also steal bodies and smuggle them outside of the city so their ghosts can go be free?
I mean, that's on the table for sure.
Job like that would have to pay a lot.
I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
like tiers of job. Like that's certainly not an out of the gate. Like we need you to leave the city. Excuse me.
You do
No,
have
we just leave it- we
you
just
do have
leave it
someone
on
who
the
grew up in the Deathlands in your group. It's not unheard of. I mean, there is commerce.
And
There
they
are
didn't
rail
stay
rail
there.
there are rail cars and caravans that go across the Deathlands. They're not pleasant.
I assume that they're protected by like their electric fields in transit. Otherwise, like
Or it just sucks. It's
I
entirely
think,
possible.
I think
It
you could
just
use
sucks.
that to describe a lot of this world. Like these people are probably very miserable.
I mean, how do you feel about wine made from mushrooms?
I don't drink wine, so
I feel like
don't
it's not
really
wine.
know.
I feel like the
Well,
word
yeah.
wine is being misused in this case.
Alcohol made from mushrooms.
I'm certain that exists, right?
That's called mushroom wine, known as moray, is made by crushing and fermenting certain strains of fungus. Oh my god. mushroom rind is a real thing.
Why are you surprised by this?
I'm not surprised that people are
So let's-
making alcohol out of mushrooms. To be clear.
I feel like I learned this like years ago when I played Exile or Avernum or whatever it's called now.
I'm surprised there's a name for it, and it's not just like, oh yeah, no, like it's just not like hooch or something.
No, I mean you can make alcohol out of basically anything organic
Yeah.
because
I
it
mean,
all
So I will-
decomposes into ethanol.
you have to add sugar. Mushrooms don't have sugar in them, so
Yeah, but you do that with everything basically. With beer, you add something to it that makes sugar, like barley.
Yeast.
And,
So you
hops
can note
and
that your sheet control includes a map of turf and control. You can take jobs to gain control of additional areas, which might get you extra things.
okay.
So you basically run jobs. These will probably also piss off other people because again, there's nothing in the city that you can take that you're not taking from someone else.
Is this something we're adding to our crew sheet?
No, but in the future, like you can see that your layers at the center of this little grid thing.
Oh, I see.
I'm just kind of walking through. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the
Heck.
things you can do is you can do jobs to try and grab control of one of these connecting pieces of turf.
All right.
Turf controls part of your reputation. The more turf you have, the less reputation you need to level up your crew along tier. So your crew has an EXP, and your crew also has reputation and turf. When your reputation here on the upper left reaches the amount of turf you control, you level up to the next tier. So right now you're tier 0. You would if you had a bunch of turf or a bunch of reputation or some combination of both, you would then go up to tier 1 and and then you become weak at that tier. So there's a weak and strong in the tier that allow for a little bit more granularity than just the raw 4 tiers.
So there are
So-
8 tiers.
So when we fill the rep bar or the XP bar, I'm guessing it's the rep bar.
Yep.
We pip another one of these things on this sheet. Is that how this
EXP is used to buy upgrades.
works? Okay. And then reputation
this
is
bar.
used to expand.
Reputation is
turf.
used to increase tier, which is like a overall. This is AP. This is XP.
I guess what I'm asking is, will we eventually get this thing and this thing, or do we have to like decide now which
Yes.
direction we're gonna go, or is all of this? on
I
the
mean, you
table?
can keep going in either direction. You can control a decent amount of turf.
Oh, I just mean, can we fill this diagram?
Yeah.
We're not going to, but okay.
I mean, it depends on how long we're going to play this. I think
'Cause-
we're going to
'cause
play
I
this
see-
until January, but
I see gambling den, and I'm just like, well, we have to, right? Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say like an early game
literally.
goal might be
Should
to
we
get
do
to
it
that
for-
gambling den because like we could open up the part of the casino.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we have a front,
Mm-hmm.
like
though
yeah.
also, like Loyal Fence, just immediately getting 2 coin on every robbery or burglary job seems pretty good.
Well, that's Amancia. I'm sorry, Amico.
As you're bullying him, and you keep
Yeah.
whining about you getting bullied too. So,
That's
Hey,
what this
see,
game is. This is just
our
bullying
goal-
on every angle.
Have
Our
you
goal
noticed
is to
that?
I
make
could
money.
see all of these being really good. Do we get one right now?
No, you have the layer.
No, okay. Okay. Oh yeah, we get to start.
I do
That's
notice
fair.
this one over here.
I also noticed that, and it makes me uncomfortable.
I'm hoping we don't have to have a hagfish farm. Like I feel like if we get to that state, our criminal empire has
Something
gone
has
off
gone
the rails.
terribly
Yeah.
wrong. Well, the good news is you did keep all of your coin in your crew creation, so good for you.
Yeah, but everyone's going to hate us, which is going to make things more interesting.
I mean, just the city council and the whalers.
What can we spend our coin on during the game?
So coin can be spent. I know 1 coin you can spend to take an extra downtime action.
And
you
then
can
do we have
place
personal coin?
Yes, if you look at your character sheet, you'll see coin and stash.
So that should just be 0 and 0 currently.
I believe so.
Okay.
Let me find that on here.
Oh, I see luxury too. So I can have a max 4 coin on me at one time.
Yep. And then you have to put it into your stash.
We call
I
that walking
believe
around.
that the ultimate goal of a player character to successfully win the game, even though it's not that kind of game, is to have 30 coin in your stash. That lets you retire at the highest level of affluence.
One more score.
If you just one more score. If you have to take coin out of your stash because your stash is largely illiquid, you do have to do it at 2-to-1 if you need to spend money on something.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is like
Also, one of the pieces I like to point out about the way the rules work. I mean, at this point, we're done all of the actual stuff, so I'm just talking.
Mhm.
You guys can make me shut up whenever you want. One thing I'd like to point out, because this is not immediately obvious to people when we play this, let me find where it is in the player sheet. Their kit. General character creation. There's a list of items that everyone has available. There are standard items on page 11 of the player's kit. Everyone can take these in addition to the specific items for your playbook. And the way
Okay.
inventory works is you choose a load level at the start of the score, and then you pull things out of your cloak until you reach that load level.
If something has multiple pips, does that you have to check all of them? So like if I wanted to pull out a large weapon, that would be 2.
Large
load.
weapon is 2 load.
Okay. And it's not I use it twice or something like that. Okay.
Nope.
I'm just reading that
Armor,
as
large
we-
weapon, climbing gear, and demolition tools are all 2 load.
Yeah. Okay.
this armor work is got
do-
5
and-
pips.
Do all the unique items that like so like I have fine lockpicks, fine shadow cloak, etc. Is each of those 1 load as well? And I'll just get these for free, do I? That would seem
I think they are a load, but I think some of them might be 0 load. Like I vaguely remember, like the ghost key is maybe 0 load.
I think if it's in italics, it's 0 load.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because
Yeah,
lockpicks
the
turn...
italics you get just for having that playbook.
I can carry lockpicks in a single vial and then that's it.
Rage, Essence Vials, Spirit Vein Charm, and
Yeah, what is a
Manacles and Chain.
spirit bane charm? Spot
Do they have the descriptions in the player kit? Let me look.
That's funny. The spirit bane charm might literally be like my character's mechanic. For all I know.
You might need to look in the full rule book for the description of those. I can probably make sure that I put them in a separate document.
Yeah, just post in Discord or something. Yeah,
The
that'll
one
be-
thing I would ask that people would like, that I would like people to do before next session, aside from maybe thinking about their character or whatever, player kit in front of me. Read number 2 in the player kit. It
Read
is 1,
page
2,
2?
3,
Best
5
practices.
pages.
Oh,
That is your only homework, is to read number 2.
this. Okay.
I already
Okay.
read it.
I actually read this already. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, great. So
I
you,
read it
you
too.
already finished your homework. I have a bunch of overachievers in this one.
There will be a test. So like on the items thing, I got one question here. So there's 2
Yeah.
columns of items here, right?
The
Is it-
ones
is
in the
it
left
diff-
are playbook specific.
They're unique.
Oh, okay.
The
I
ones on
got
the right
you.
are everyone has access to those items.
So
Got
we
you.
all have a blade or 2,
Yeah, anyone can have a blade or 2, a pistol.
but only 2. A third blade is not allowed.
A pistol, a second pistol. So how does the pips work on like say armor here? Right. So you got 2 pips
Um,
for armor, and then like
yep.
up to 3 more
That's the
for.
load that the armor takes. Let me look up exactly how you use armor to resist damage.
Well, you told me, you explained it, but it's ablative.
I think you
like
You call for a
yeah.
roll or something, and we just say, okay.
No, the armor I think
or
lets you
something, right?
succeed without making the roll.
Yeah.
And then it basically sheds away because
Yep.
like I understood that was your ablative explanation, but like on this it's like so I okay, I get it. I see you spend 2 pips and you get to this armor use here, and if you spend 5 pips then you have armor
Yep.
and heavy. Got you.
So heavy armor is
What
like
is your
riot gear.
What is your special armor? So like, there's an armor uses. box
Special
for
armor is
special-
basically getting 3 uses of armor out of in a
It's
score.
a skill basically that gives you
Yeah.
that. So
Only
like I
certain playbooks have access to special armor.
Yeah,
I have
so like my
battle
shadow ability has that. Okay.
It's a bonus action that you get.
Yeah.
No, it's yeah. You may expend your special armor to reduce harm from an attack in combat or to push yourself during a fight.
So if I wanted to use something that used special armor, would I have to bring armor? I
You
guess
would
is the
have
question.
to have, but at the beginning of the score, everyone chooses a loadout level for the score
Yes.
before we even get into engagement. Then, as we play through the score, you choose to pull things out until you reach your load.
Mhm.
Armor
Ca-
might be the one thing you actually do have to choose at the beginning. Let me look.
Because armor's
No,
quite
I think
heavy,
load
so-
level covers it. So like if you
Okay.
decide you are actually wearing armor under that cloak, like because if you're at 6, you're obviously like you're carrying a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You don't know that that's armor until we reach the scene and the bullet bounces off your back because you're
Yeah.
actually wearing armor under the cloak.
But
is how that works.
what is special armor on this list? Is it
The
specifically
special armor is
or-
related to a crew to a playbook specific ability that you
No.
probably
I
didn't choose.
know that, but if it says expend your special armor, do I have to choose one of the armors?
No, there's special armor is
There's
over here. There's there's potentially 3 armor uses over here.
So it's just a checkbox that I check off. I don't have to
Yeah.
have an item for that. So like my
You
special
would,
armor could be like my fine shadow cloak or whatever.
The item you're checking off is the special ability you have from your playbook. It's like
Okay.
it's a
That's
skill.
fine. This
Like
is just so I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which playbook are you? You're the
I'm alert. I can't actually access it, but like the shadow ability expends my special armor. I do not need to actually be equipped with regular armor to have access to my special armor.
So the italic items we just have with no penalty
Yes.
whatsoever. And then the other ones are the other okay, gotcha.
Do you drink the silence
So-
potion or do you throw the silence potion?
Can I one last question for me in regards to inventory. So assuming we're in a scene together, I can just go, oh, and then like pull an item out for somebody else. Can I pull items out for other people to use?
sure.
Okay.
It's-
I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't some weird
Because
Um,
don't you have like a
I
pack mule
might-
thing?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I would probably like trying to think like how do we want to do that? So this is a question: how do we want to handle that narratively? Because every character has an independent load, so and they can have whatever they need on them at the time. So I don't know if you want that to be like
Well, I'm just
Like,
saying, like, if that's
anyone
the option.
like there's not a like if you just want it to be I'm carrying your guns because we snuck me to this insecure barrel or whatever.
Yeah.
Like from a narrative perspective, I'm still going to make the character using the guns mark them off as a part of their load. Okay, there's where we could do it. If you want to do that, here's what I think makes sense. Another character can start at a lighter load, and when you give them the item, they'll have to move their load level up to keep using it unless they immediately drop it, like if they're just going to take one shot. But that lets someone else be inconspicuous while you're very conspicuous, if that makes sense. And since you carry more items easily, that can make the whole team less conspicuous while bringing more stuff to its score. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Like because like it doesn't. There is no mechanical benefit to giving anyone something on the standard item list, right? Because everyone can have that and has their own independent loads. But I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Is like they sneak you in someplace somehow, or just everyone knows you're a big guy, right? Like everyone knows you're the big
Yeah.
threat, and they pay a lot of attention to you, and that's intentional as part of this. That's part of what you're planning for the score. And then when the fight comes down, you pull out a pair of rifles and hand them to your friends.
Right. Like my guy is he's a walking toolbox.
Yep.
He carries they move fast and he carries heavy things so that for his little brothers and sisters, and that's what a big brother does. And
He carries the freedom spoon.
I carry the I mean, like I said, he is festooned in pouches.
Festooned, huh?
Yeah.
a great
Spoon, huh?
word.
Good. Yeah, it is a really good word.
Just he is more pouched than man.
What is this clock for healing? This is Project Clock, and there's 4 pips on it. You fill them all in and you heal, but like, what does that mean? I assume.
So when you take an injury, you are required to take downtime actions to recover from that injury, and it requires filling that clock 4 times. I believe you roll a die and compare it to the severity of the injury to start filling the clock.
Okay. How many typical downtime actions do you get?
I believe you get 2 and you can spend 1 coin for a third, but let me double check.
Okay. So getting injuries are going to be very difficult to remove then.
Just don't get hurt.
Yeah, harm is difficult to get rid of, yes.
Okay.
Which is why it's good that you can always choose to reduce harm. If you reduce a level 1 harm, it doesn't do anything.
It goes away, I assume. Okay.
Yeah, when you take the harm, you can choose to reduce it by taking stress using your defensive abilities. The level 1 goes away entirely. Level 2 and 3 go down a level.
And then I see these like minus a dice, less effective, need help.
Yep.
Like
so
I'm
less
guessing those are
effective-
just narrative effects.
No. Less effective means like you're less effective in ways that are relative to the harm. So if you have bruised ribs, you might have a harder time running away from someone like on a long distance run, right?
I guess
But
that's
it's
what I
like-
meant. There could be
it's- yeah,
mechanical
it's
effects
the whole,
later for those, but-
It's the whole like abstract system of quality and effect and scale.
Uh-huh.
So less effective means that your effects are going to be less effective in situations that are relevant. -1d just means you take a -1 on all your die rolls, and need help means you're on the ground and someone else needs to do something. Again, same as we were talking in D&D, I'm just going to go back to that scene in Rome at the end of season 2 where Pillow fights off the big guy. Like you're hanging in there, but by a thread.
So one of the
You have 0 hit
at the bottom of the page, it has a box that says teamwork. One of which says these are things you can do for your teammates. One of them says assist a teammate. I was assuming that if you have a level 3 harm, you can't do anything unless a teammate is assisting you directly.
I think it's generally a little more narrative than that, but yeah, that makes sense. I think that teamwork, some of these cost stress. Actually, is the thing with teamwork. Let me look at I think the player guide has the.
Here we go. Let's see action roll.
Yeah, the action roll rules should cover that pretty well.
Oh, they don't have the. Yeah, because they have the teamwork. There's not a teamwork section on this little card.
Yeah, let me find it in the book then.
Oh, right up. There we go. Is there a backside to this? No, it's the same thing. Okay.
Planning and load. Choose a plan. Provide the detail. Choose your load limit.
110 and 134. Book is way easier than the PDF, mostly because it keeps scratch.
I feel that way too.
Alright,
That's
teamwork.
why.
Assist. When you assist another player, describe what your character does to help. You take a stress and give a die to their result. You may also suffer any consequences that occur because of the roll, depending on the circumstances.
Oh boy.
Only one character may assist a given role. Lead a group action. When you lead a group action, you coordinate multiple members of the team to tackle a problem. Describe how your character leads the team in a coordinated effort. Each PC makes an action roll, and the team counts the single best result. However, the character leading the action takes 1 success for each PC that rolled a 1, 2, or 3.
Stress? You mean success? Stress or
What?
success?
Stress.
Stress? What?
Okay, you said success.
Okay, that makes my expertise option a lot more appealing. Okay. Because I have a thing that says when you lead a group action using an action, you suffer only 1 stress at most, regardless of the
Yep.
number of failed rolls.
And protect, you suffer a harm instead of a teammate describing what would happen. You can resist it as normal. So you can just literally, if there is a narrative way for you to like step in and take a bullet for a friend, you can do that. You would suffer the exact same harm that they would, which maybe means you're wearing armor and you just take it, and the armor takes it for you. And setup. When you perform a setup action, you have an indirect effect on an obstacle. If your action has the intended result, any member of the team who follows through gets a +1 effect level or better position. Position is the desperate, controlled, risky, which is kind of like a overall, how hard is this thing to do? What is the situation versus what you're trying to doing? The effect level is how effective something is against something else.
DCs.
Yep.
That sounds like. Okay.
think that's. Oh, it does have. Okay, you know what? No, the rules reference does say exactly how these work. It's just much shorter.
Wait, what? Where?
It's on the right next to the action roll, above the action descriptions. For people who are curious about the downtime and entanglements, they're on the rules reference page 2, on page 27 of the player's kit.
Oh my goodness, I didn't realize I could hit a button. There are multiple pages on this stupid thing.
Yeah.
I've been holding Alt. I don't get to see that.
For the record,
Oh no. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
just looking at their website, the hard copy of the book is only $30.
Yeah.
Which is less expensive than most tabletop books in my experience.
It's not a full-size book. It's like a little, 6 inches by 10 inches.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we played a lot of Broken Compass, and all the Broken Compass books are that size.
Yep.
Which is weird because it's the same dice system as Household, and Household is the giant standard brick, but it was also $60. So I might just grab a copy of this book if it's only $30.
Well, you got to get all that dank lore in there.
That's true.
The
There's
lore
a
is
lot
actually-
of dank lore.
There's also like a nice SRD they have.
It doesn't have any of the. It has all the serial numbers filed off. There's a really. If I was playing with other people, I would have offered to run the one SRD based version of this I saw called Scum and Villainy, which is set in during
Star
the time
Wars?
of the Empire in Star Wars. Which is just basically just play Andor. Just do your own Andor campaign.
This would be a good system to also run in places like in places just any city that's
Yep.
water deepish.
Quaint fishing village of Waterdeep.
Yeah. uh,
Yeah, I might have to pick up a
That's
hard copy.
pretty
of
much
the book.
all I had. Unless people have questions about game setting, anything like that.
I mean,
they
just
wanna do.
general questions about the mechanics, but I'm going to pick it up as we go.
yeah.
I've got my. I took a screenshot of my character sheet here.
I'm gonna save the table.
I've got to
I'm just playing with things. Hold on.
sitting here trying to dig deep for my Russian strongman voice.
I think you need to play a lot of Team Fortress 2 heavy.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. That Zangief. I could also maybe do Carnival Barker, but nah. We're gonna get confused.
Yeah, so I saved the table. I hope again this is the thing that I don't know that don't want to say it's annoying, but the way these sheets are kind of gamified and designed, they're a little awkward to use, and I think this is going to be the best solution. But if not, we'll come up with something else. I think these work. These look like they'll probably work pretty well.
There might be a Google Sheet equivalent that somebody's already
Yeah,
made.
you'd have to set up a. That's the main thing is if you want to do this in you can't do this easily in a text document. You would want a whole full-on spreadsheet.
It's just
We had
the tabletop simulator assets. It's very easy for any of them to get janked for
There's
any
a
number
lock
of
button
reasons.
in the corner, which I have
Yeah.
turned on for both your crew and factions for right now.
Okay.
yeah, it means you
So I
can't
might
like
suggest if you're
accidentally-
not actually trying to do things on your character sheet, might be worth locking them.
So like this seems like it would be very similar to the household sheet Brooker made, if you did want to.
Yeah, I just whipped that up in Google Sheets in a couple hours.
because you can add tick boxes and stuff like that, check boxes.
Right.
Just do it in
All right,
Photoshop.
I'm
layers.
enthusiastic to play this game. So
I
you're gonna
I
put
just
together the
never-
first heist for us.
Yes, I will
You're
work on a score. Again, do you have any? Does the group as a whole have any preferences on what they typically, the kind of scores they like to do?
I feel like it's something we always argue about. We,
I'm
we
good
have,
for whatever.
there's 5 of us, so we have 6 different opinions on.
Right.
Right.
Like in character, out of character. Like, listen, I love a good heist.
I'm
we
thinking
didn't- we-
heist too. I haven't
we
gotten to
don't-
run a heist in this session yet. My other group is smugglers, so they're doing a lot of stuff, running things back and cross over the city.
Lele is
that's
definitely
like-
of the opinion that there is nothing more valuable than choice information. Selling secrets is the best way to make money.
I mean, you know,
I think that's
What
a
are we-
really good idea, honestly.
like
I
what
mean,
are we
I might-
stealing?
I might work on like a two-piece heist where like you're both getting information and something valuable, and no one knows what the thing you're actually after is. We'll see.
Oh, okay. So like the
The best kind of information Gideon thinks you can steal is information implicating people in demon summonings.
I, so we're gonna steal the briefcase from Pulp Fiction next week.
Just sign it off to Marcellus Wallace.
Well, that's pretty much all I had. I think
Excellent.
glad everyone's on board. I'm happy to hear people that are as excited to play this as I am. I really just kind of fell in love with the system when I started realizing I can do terrible things to people during crew creation.
That's always the. It's always a high note in a session 0 is what
Like
terrible
give you a
things can
pair
I do
of
to the players?
-1 and -2 on level 4 institutions.
Yeah. It's
But it's
like,
okay. You have a
Literally nothing can
system
go wrong.
backing you up.
So the session
Remember
0
Flow
in this
Fake?
game is all about fuck around, and then when we get to the heist, that's where
Yeah.
we'll find out. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, remember Flung Fink when, Brick Road posed the question, why are you in 50,000 gold pieces with debt?
You gotta pose a question like that in session 0.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why are you the way you are? All right, so I'm excited to play this. Can't wait. I might actually order a copy of this book just so I have it at home.
I really like this rule set, and I'm impressed that they came up with something that so clearly matches the way the fiction works. Like I do really like the rule set.
Good. All right, then I guess that's it.
All right.
Thanks so much,
Yep.
Destel, for introducing us to this.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
Eeleries.